Does anyone want to give us a little recap of what happened to you guys last time before we jump into it?
I think Seto or Sakura should give the the summary.
I feel like it's more fitting for Seto, honestly. Even though Sakura did come back to life, I feel like that decision that Seto had to make.
Okay. Well, I'm not the type of bard to tell the stories, but if my memory serves me correctly, last time we jumped into the game by essentially Sakura's Jisun seeing Sakura's dead body, and it got popped off a pretty interesting conversation where we found out that Sakura's father is some sort of a guardian that might be able to help. So after spending a night with some good tea and well-deserved rest, we finally started going towards the mountain after Oji-san confirmed that we could at least try or attempt to reach the spirit. As we went through the forest, we had a couple of setbacks by either having to deal with the puzzles or having to deal with the triad. And upon finally reaching the, I guess, the peak of the forest, we ended up in a large graveyard-like, where there was the biggest and the most beautiful cherry blossom tree out there, which ended up being Sakura's dad, apparently. He has the ability to get into the form. And after a lot of discussion and a lot of thinking, the party was offered to bring back Sakura, but not entirely in the way that she was before, which meant to essentially have two sacrifices, and that's to have our newly found friend Kaiya give her body away, and for Seto to renounce his loyalty to the Daichi and become a champion for Sakura and her protector. And after Kaiya honorably offered her body, Seto, after some debility, like some discussion with himself, decided that it was worth it, and he swore the pledge to protect her and be her champion. And Sakura was brought back from the fire that her Oji-san made, and we kind of ended up with just the entire party jumping onto Sakura, hugging Sakura, having a lot of cutesy RP moments. And I think we ended basically still there, if I can recall correctly.
Yeah, well, we sort of ended as you guys were heading back that night. But yeah, that pretty much catches us up. And after spending that, well, now we're going to cut back to what happened to Jerry and Z in that same time. So after spending an emotionally taxing night at the Oji-san Toma's house, and when the party woke to begin planning their journey into the Sakura forest to bury their friend, as you made your way there, Z noticed a group of samurai heading towards the crashed ship, and as you guys were going to have a lot to answer for, she asked Jerry to help her out. And in order to let the rest of you get on with the funeral without Daichi's interruption, Z told the guards an approximation of what had happened. The body of Mata, now being carried by Jerry, was more than enough evidence to convince the samurai of her story, and naturally they escorted Z back to General Max so that she could give her report. Meanwhile, Jerry was allowed to leave so that he might bury the woman that was so-called killed in the crash. Z's story was not at all true, of course. Maybe she thought that they wouldn't believe her stories of alien spaceships and giant brain creatures, or maybe she was protecting the Gith who had yet to be discovered. But either way, the Blue Dragon clan seemed to be buying it, and that was enough. So Jerry, grateful to be back in Kaiya, had the opportunity to head back to his forge, knowing that he could cremate Mata there and bury her on the holy mountain. Mount Kaugen was, after all, supposedly formed when the blood of a god dripped from the blade of his own sword, and Jerry's kami would probably like that. So Outside the entrance to the forge, Jerry finds a section of forest with flowers that remind him of those that he saw in the garden on board Anaki's ship, and there he prepares Motta's final rites and lays her to rest beneath a tall tree, offering her body back to the natural world which gave her life. After completing the ritual somewhere around noon, while the rest of the party is busy solving riddles posed by a fox, Jerry makes his way back inside the forge, his fire elemental still burning happily thanks to the heat of the awakened mountain. And Jerry, what would you like to spend the rest of the day working on?
Start with um, inscribing the runes that I now know of with my smith tools. I'm not sure how long it's supposed to take.
Just, are you going to be joining us on the maps? Or
No, I'm not on the map. I'll try to watch the stream though.
all right, so yeah, you head into the forge. As how are you going to inscribe these runes? What do you describe what you're doing for me?
Well, first I inscribe the fire rune. I place the hammer on the anvil, take all the smith tools, and start inscribing the rune. There is a shark supposed to look like, but it's in giant.
Okay, yeah, you can roll me a check with your smith's tools. And can you call out your check, please? Because I can't.
33.
Right now. Okay. Yeah, in that case, you successfully start etching these runes into your armor, and as you are doing this, you see as the runes magic starts to take hold, and you feel like you're finally getting these enchantments into it, that it is actually having some sort of effect. You hear a strange sound coming from the forge. As you turn around and look, you see that the flames of the forge elemental that are usually, well, they were burning happily a few moments ago, you see that they are now spilling out into the room with a fury and starting to engulf everything in the room, etching even closer and closer to you as these runes in your helm and armor just start to glow brightly. What are you doing?
I quickly activate the what is it? My arm, the prosthetic.
Okay. And as you do that now with the new runes on the armor, you see this ceramic plating just cover your entire body, and now with these little giant runes etched into it as well, that have just spread all over this armor. And as that happens, the flames reach you and they engulf this entire room. You see now that the yes, this sort of flaming liquid surrounds you, and you find yourself now standing as the flames clear, and what you would imagine to just be ash around you. Oh, have I lagged out? Sorry.
No, I heard everything.
Sorry, everything lagged there for a moment. But what you're seeing is you are basically standing in some sort of flaming liquid that has created a passage to a burning city far below you, and you are pulled from it and find yourself standing on top of some kind of strange symbol etched and burnt into the ground. As you glance around, you realize that you're standing in a chamber filled with all manner of oni, some small, others gargantuan. You can see a diverse array of red-faced demons staring down at you, and as you turn around, you see a figure sitting among them clad in golden plate armor. He holds a scroll in his hands with the symbol of your god upon it, and this you recognize as Futsumishi himself, as he leans down and says, "Jerry, protector of the small folk, kneel before your god and receive my blessing. You have done well." And at this point, I need everyone else to roll a d20 for me, which will determine which Oni you gain control of for this scene.
Oh my.
And
I'm just surprised that he is an Oni.
he is not. Everyone else around
Oh,
him is
yeah,
quite
okay.
definitely. But this guy, well, you can't see his face, but he is clad in full armor. He's fully masked, but he is surrounded by Oni everywhere.
Can you move so we'll see on the stream everything? Because it's just the dark square at the moment. The party token.
Party, what?
Like I'm looking at the
Yeah,
stream, but I don't see anything.
Yeah, okay. There's nothing I can really do about that right this second.
Okay.
I'm about to give control of the other tokens to everyone else, so then hopefully
No
you'll be able to
problem.
see it. Okay, I'm not seeing. Did your map crash again, Sakura? Is Kate here?
Looks like it. She's
It's
moving.
just it's not liking me. Let me just roll on here. It'll say it's for the it's not 20.
Okay, with a nat 20. Yeah, Kate, you are gonna have to be on the maps for this one because I don't have a external character sheet.
Okay.
So please try and load it up, but it should.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it is busy loading.
About to fight Jerry.
So, all right. So, with a nat 20, Kate, you are going to get control of. Let me just let's see here. Okay, so wait, what is the order that it went in? From highest to lowest, it was Sakura, June, Seto, then Astraea, right? Okay, 1 second. Oh, please, someone skip the music.
I don't have permission to do that, unfortunately.
Seto does.
Thank you.
Yeah, that fits better.
Okay, so Kate, you are gonna get control of. Do you want? Well, you will get first pick basically. Do you want the Oni of Spite or the Oni of Blood?
That's a good question. Wait.
Okay, you're gonna get the Oni of Spite, and Seto, you're gonna get the Oni of Blood.
Okay.
I'm just giving you permission. Oh, right, no one can see anything.
Holy shit.
Okay, and then June, you will get the Oni of Plagues,
Ooh.
and Astraea, you will get the Oni of Skulls. And now you should all be able to see.
Ooh, very nice.
Okay, so Astraea, we're going to rely on some nice camera work from you here so, to show Jerry what's going on here.
Yeah, I see everything.
Okay, so
Yeah, I kneel. You told me to kneel.
okay, so as you kneel, he just bows his head in recognition and says, "These only have helped craft a blade not seen in Kiga for generations, known as the Onikiri Naginata. It takes great strength to wield such a weapon, but in this world, strength is not always enough. Sacrifices must be made if we are to retain balance, and in order for this magic to take hold, so too must we sacrifice its creators. Now, take this blade and show me what power your vengeance has wrought. When you have seen, then only shall I reveal your divine purpose. Claim their souls in my name, then you shall see what together we must face." And from the fiery liquid rift behind you, a sword begins to emerge, its hilt reaching out towards you as the spirit of the sword calls out. You can feel its divine energy like static in the air. What do you do? Sorry, did I miss your answer there, Jerry? What do you
Yeah, I
do?
said that I grabbed it.
Okay, yeah, I didn't hear that.
Yeah,
All right, so you step over to the flames, and as you take a hold of this sword, you can add to your character sheet. This I've put it on D&D Beyond, so you'll be able to use it from there.
yeah.
But as you grab hold of the sword, there is a burst of light as radiant energy arcs from your hands and fills this chamber with light. And with that, several Oni begin climbing their way down towards you. I'm going to ask everybody to roll for initiative.
What do I have to add to the Daily Beyond?
It is called the Onikiri Naginata.
Yes,
If you
yes.
just search for a Naginata, it should be one of the homebrew ones there.
I'm just going to roll initiative and really quick. What it does. Nice.
9, okay.
I got a 2.
And at this point, it will automatically attune as you are grabbing hold of it, but it is going to knock out. You will have to choose which attunement slot it takes up.
Well then, that one goes the hammer.
My entire.
So it needs attunement, but it doesn't take any time to attune to.
No, this is because it has been given to you that this was crafted for you by your god, and it is immediately attuned to you with that magic. But this fight is sort of part of the attunement process. Okay, we're still missing one on initiative here. Oh,
Miss me. My entire laptop is just doing weird shit right now. Let me roll. Luckily, I took a screenshot of my person's thingy.
Okay, yeah. Get your. I don't think you get any bonus to your initiative. So just you can just.
No. Yeah, I got a 2. I said.
No, I'm talking to Kate. We've got you.
Oh.
Okay. Rolled d20 on D&D Beyond. That's an 8.
I rolled an 8 on Foundry as well to get you in
Nice.
there. Cool. All right.
Thank you.
So then, all right. Yeah. With that, it looks like the first one to start climbing down is going to be the Oni of Blood.
That makes sense.
Okay. You know what? Why not?
It has been since I activated the gauntlet. Not the gauntlet, the prosthetic.
Okay. Well,
It has been 10 minutes.
Okay. The onion blood is just gonna come down a little bit. And as he looks at you, his eyes are gonna go black. And like the blood is gonna, like the black blood is just gonna start dripping through his eyes. And he's gonna cause dominate person.
Nice.
What save?
There you go. That's a wisdom save from you. Just also, what is your AC at the moment, Jerry?
If my arm is still if the prosthetic is still active, then it's 20. If it's already past the time, then it's 18.
Well, no, I mean it can still be active. It's up to you. Are you keeping it up?
No, no, I'm not.
Then you're back
So
to 18.
wisdom save.
Yeah, I don't really know what's my. Wait, does it say?
27.
What the? Okay, I'm pretty sure that saves.
Yeah.
Is that an action though?
Yes. The
Okay.
casting a spell does count as your action.
Well, that's gonna be all that Onia Blood is gonna do. Except roar as his best that he didn't succeed in his plan.
Okay. So Jerry, as you shake off this domination, as this Oni climbs down towards you, it is now going to be your turn. What would you like to do?
Wait, what?
Ooh, my turn. Roll the 2. Okay.
Yeah, but didn't you say it was a 9 total? Or did I
No,
mishear
it was a 2 total. I don't have any modifiers. I think somebody else had 9.
Then it is definitely not you. It's going to then be the. I think the Oni of Skulls probably, but yeah, I think you guys have got the same dex modifier, so we'll just go with that. Oni of Skulls is going to be up next.
Oh, do I have the exact ID? I basically point a finger at him and shoot a ray of enfeeblement at him.
Okay.
Yeah, the same one. Just to hit.
If this hits, it's gonna be disgusting.
If. The key word there is if.
My AC is not that high.
Yeah, but this is trying to sap the strength from you. So yeah, a ranged spell attack.
19, and I think quickly, isn't that?
Yeah, 19 hits.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Jerry, at the end of each of your turns, you can make a Constitution saving throw to try and end the effect on yourself. But right now,
What's the effect?
you will deal only half damage with weapon attacks that use strength until the spell ends. So you see this
Okay.
only point down, and as it casts the spell towards you, you just feel it drawing the power from your gloves and just sapping the strength from you as one is trying to get into your mind and this one is trying to steal the power of your body. Is that all you're going to do, Oni of Skulls?
When I see that it works, basically just clapping and saying, "Kneel, mortal." Your
Okay.
aim did you. And that's how it.
All right, nice. Then that is going to take us on to the Oni of Spite.
Hmm. Okay, I'm really sorry, Jerry. But the Oni of Spite is just going to look down at you and cast Eye Bite. You need a wisdom save, please.
Wait, one.
Nice.
Yeah, I know that passes.
Yeah, you.
Yeah, for some reason, every time I roll, every time I make a save, the reason sends me a message saying that it saves the current music track.
No.
The Oni of Spite glares at you. You get
Menacingly.
the Oni of Spite is very spiteful, and not taking effect from its spell is gonna come back to bite you.
I bet
Nice.
I get that.
Yeah, that's the Oni of Spite's turn.
Very cool. Yeah, so that's that is going to check that off. Oh no, wait a second. Does that say that that's innate?
No, it's one
Yeah.
per day.
You should only have it. Yeah, one. But I was like, for a second there, it's under your at will spells. I'm like, huh?
Hang on a minute,
Whoops.
that seems a bit overpowered.
Okay. So yeah, just checking that off. Are you? It looks like you're back on the maps there. Kate, is it working again?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So in that case, is that going to be your turn? You're not moving anyway?
Hmm, not yet.
All right. Then that'll take us on to the Oni of Plagues, as Jerry is still managing to shake off the effects of these spells. What is the Oni of Plagues going to do?
Yeah, the Oni of Plagues is gonna stare right at him with a quick swish of his glaive. He's gonna cast Confusion on Jerry. I'm gonna need a Dexterity save as it starts flying 30 feet towards you. So it's still
Yep.
30 feet up in the air, but it's while it's casting this.
Yeah, no, my map decided it was too good to be true. It failed.
Yeah, an 8 is gonna fail. So for the duration. Let me bring up the spell real quick. I didn't actually expect him to save. Sorry, to fail. Let's see. The spell assaults and twists the creature's mind, sprawling delusions of provoking uncontrolled action. Each creature in a 10-foot radius sphere centered on a point of each. Alright. An effective target can't take reactions and must roll a d10 at the start of each of its turns to determine its behavior for the turn. And there's a whole lot of effects here.
Oh, ouch. Okay. so yeah. So what did Jerry roll there?
He rolled an 8, I believe.
Do I roll anything else?
Looks like you rolled an. Oh wait, you rolled a
No.
dexterity save. But
Yeah, you said dexterity save.
no, I said wisdom save.
Oh, so you said dex.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
okay.
didn't
Well,
actually say
what's your
Dex,
wisdom modifier? Because you rolled a 5. What is your wisdom modifier?
Plus 10, 15.
Plus 10. So that'll bring it to 15. The DC is 16, so that fails.
but doesn't Jerry still? Don't you get your aura? Doesn't that give you like a +3?
I think it's with the +3. Yeah, it's
Okay,
with
so
the +3.
oh, okay, yeah. In that case, that'll be a fail. So a D10 at the start of your turns to determine your behavior. But and then is there a all right? Yeah, don't you just want to actually cast it with your character so that it pops up in the
Oh,
chat
yeah,
there,
sure
and
thing.
we can just refer back to it?
Yeah, I can do that. Confusion. Cast spell.
Yeah, I've actually went to a lot of trouble setting these things up, so you can actually just use all of those features. They should all work for your Oni.
Okay, cool.
I'm trying to find confused. Is there a confused effect?
Sorry.
Huh?
I don't think so.
D10?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, let me roll d10 real quick. Get 2. The creature doesn't move or take actions this turn,
Oh
That's
no.
my turn.
but you do get to redo the wisdom save at the end of your turn.
And the constitution save from the ray of enfeeblement.
Yeah, all right. More safe.
That's the con save. 17.
And a
And that's
wisdom
the
save
wisdom
for
save.
confusion.
12. So I
That
failed.
does not succeed. You
Yeah,
still
so
have confusion.
you're still confused, but does a 17 break the effect of the enfeeblement?
According to the sheet, yes.
Yeah, then all right. So you manage to. You're still confused, but you start fighting back against the Oni's magic, and you start to feel your strength become restored. But that, unfortunately, is going to take your whole turn as you just like are trying to regain your senses, and it's going to take us again to the top of the round with the Oni of Blood. Unless there's anything you wanted to say there, Jerry, I'll allow speech as a free action. I don't think you can do much else.
No, I'm not saying anything.
Right, then Oni of Blood, you're up next.
He's just gonna look at you, and he's gonna like yell at you. You puny creature wishes to fight me. And he's gonna move into you, and he's gonna start hitting you with his giant fucking flails. So let's see how that goes. Okay.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
Okay, so that is the first attack.
Okay. So Jerry, you took 16 damage there from the first swing. I think that is already halved.
I'm not raging.
Oh yeah, he's
Uh,
not.
Oh, he
I
isn't
didn't
raging
get.
yet.
That's
I
why.
didn't get any chance to rage.
That's why I was confused. I was like, it hasn't halved it there, but yeah. So 16 was the full damage. Just to double check, he couldn't take actions or bonus actions on that round, right?
No, nothing. You can't take
Okay.
reactions, bonus actions, or actions. Nothing.
However, if we are being correctly, because I moved 20 feet, he has to move into random direction. Full his
No,
movement.
if I roll, I have to move.
Oh, that's a
It
2.
depends what I roll
Yeah.
from the confusion.
Oh
Yeah,
shit. Yep,
There's a
never
2 normal
mind.
one.
Oh god damn it.
Imagine he runs off into the lava.
Well, all your blood is just gonna keep on going. Oof. An 18 is gonna hit for another 18 points of damage, and the third attack, because these Onis are cracked out of their mind, misses. However, due to his special feature, which I'll send right now, he will still receive bonus 2d8 damage because he got hit by 2 flail attacks. I'm gonna take another 8 points of damage.
Oh no. Okay.
And Oni is satisfied because the blood is finally going. So he's gonna do a little smirk.
Horn does
Right,
not
yes.
care whose blood runs as long as it runs.
Jerry, you see this thing come up to you and swing two flails through the air and just sandwich you between the two of them as they just crunch into you, and you take some major damage from that one. Um, you are okay, so that is going to take us to the end of that Oni's turn and to the Oni of Skulls.
Yep. First, the Oni of Skull will be a little bit closer so we can get a better view. Lifts his feel the touch of the brave as chill touch Mary.
Okay, is that a saving throw? Or?
That's an attack. Higher up.
No, not on chilled touch. It's not that kind of a. This is a spell attack, and you're summoning. So basically, this would be a giant skeletal hand reaching out of the rift and grabbing a hold of Jerry there and just trying to sink into him. You're also blocked by a giant Oni. You can just sort of get this in as it's swinging its flails around.
Yeah, that explains why it misses. Yeah, that wouldn't even hit him. I don't know why it didn't roll.
I saw a 4, but from you.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That would basically be a 10, which wouldn't even hit him.
Yeah, now you guys are all understanding the frustrations I have when I roll things. I'm like, I don't know what I rolled. If you click on the in your character sheet, if you actually click on where it says like plus whatever to hit, then it'll roll it to the chat, and then you can actually roll that and the damage separately. But otherwise, you need to target the person you're casting against or whatever. If you can target Jerry's token, it'll automatically tell you whether or not it hits.
Yeah, I can already tell that it didn't hit.
Yeah, but like
So
twice the right click is not that hard.
So yeah, as this skeletal hand reaches up out of the rift and tries to grab at you, Jerry, it's just you kind of fall back onto your feet and it just whiffs right over your head. Is that all you're gonna do, Oni of Skulls?
I'm just. Guess you got to live a little longer.
Okay, Oni of Spite, you're
Okay, so once again, my map has failed, but I'm staying on it because need it for the character sheet. Am I able to reach Jerry?
yeah, he's about 55 feet away from you, or 50 feet.
Okay, then not quite. I will turn invisible and I will fly down 30 feet towards him.
Well, that needs to be able to see on the stream is the one that's going to disappear. Okay, cool. You turn invisible and fly down 30 feet. So you fly down to the bottom of the little cliffside that you were standing on.
Awesome.
And yeah, you are no longer
that's
visible. All right, cool. Then that is going to take us on to the Oni of Plagues.
Right. So, if I were to fly above the lava, I have a reach of 10 feet with my glaive. Would I be able to basically float above the lava and just make attacks from behind, getting advantage with flanking?
Yeah, I think you actually even have a fly speed, so that shouldn't be much of a problem. And
Yeah.
also, that is not, I will just point out that you're not too far off with lava, but that is currently a planar rift back towards, well, where you guys come from, which won't quite reveal yet.
Okay. So yeah, I'll basically float right behind him and make two big attacks with my glaive.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
And I did not attack with advantage. So the normal one, this one's gonna just be. Wait, I should probably target him.
Yeah.
I
That's
did see
usually
that
the
was a
smartest thing.
4 on that first roll, though. I don't
Okay,
think
yeah,
that first one would hit.
it is at advantage, so I'll just quickly make another attack. And it's not allowing me to. Give me 1 sec.
Right.
Yeah, you might have to reopen the attack thing.
Yeah.
I feel like this is teaching you guys more about what I have to go through every time.
Okay, so
Simple.
that misses. All right. And this will be the last attack. Now I'll actually roll with advantage on this one. Wow. A 4 and a 7. All right. Well, I unsuccessfully unsuccessfully hit Jerry, and I do nothing.
All right. Yeah, so Jerry, as this other Oni just flies up above the flames behind you, and you've just sort of seen this skeleton hand go over your head, been smashed by these two maces and well, these two flails, and then this glaive comes slashing in at you, and you manage to just deflect it at the very last second, just parrying these blows. But that is going to take us on to your turn, I think, if that's the end of yours, Only of Plagues.
Yes, but Jerry doesn't do anything on his turn because I rolled a 3 on the d10.
Yeah, but it says that affected target must roll a d10 and not you. Just saying.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, but there is also, is there any effect that when you do damage to it or anything like that? Or if it takes
Not
damage?
not from the sounds of it, no.
Okay, cool. Yeah, just I know that's the thing with some charm effects, but Jerry, it's going to be your turn. What does the 3 mean?
So the 3 means the creature doesn't move or take actions this turn, but apparently the person that is affected by it has to roll a d10, not me.
Yeah. Okay, so Jerry, you can roll a d10. Wasn't that a 2 though? That's what happened last time.
Yeah, but they have to re-roll it at the beginning of each turn. Okay, a 6 I think is the same effect. Yep, the creature doesn't move or take actions this turn again.
Okay, wait, that is saying the creature doesn't move or take actions. It's not specifying bonus actions, is it?
I'm pretty sure action if spell says doesn't take actions in general, that's all actions.
All right. Well then, Jerry, I guess you're making saves again.
Yeah, so wisdom save, and then I
Yeah,
think
okay.
that's the only active effect right now.
Again, I need to. Did you hear me?
Hello?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
sorry, we couldn't hear you before. What do we?
I got
Well,
a
I didn't.
12. I failed again.
Oh
You've got a
no,
12.
Jerry!
Wow.
No.
The confusion
Oh,
continues.
All right.
bloody hell.
Oh, well, this is going well. Yeah. Top of the round, only of blood. You want to fuck up Jerry more? actually, fuck that. The the Futsunishi is gonna say it's just gonna blast you in the face with a guiding bolt, only of plagues. You're gonna take 10 radiant damage as he says, "This to be entertaining, you fucking idiot." And and Jerry, at the top of your round, the confusion is going to end, and the DM is going to apologize for even giving the only that stupid spell.
Hey, you're the one that gave it to me. I'm gonna use it.
Yeah, no, I honestly didn't read what the confusion spell did before I gave it to you.
Yeah, when I saw confusion there, I was like, ooh, very
This is
nice.
hilarious.
Is that the one that had? That's like, which one of you has the really high level spells? I think it is.
I have a level 6 spell.
Yeah, confusion is a level, I think level 5 spell, level 4 spell.
Yeah, because one of you is like magic reliant. I think it is your creature. So I think it's the two of you, the only of plagues and the only of skulls, have got like cool spells, but I didn't actually go through all of them before. So top of the round, Jerry, it is your turn. You are no longer confused. What would you like to do?
Use the features of the Grey Sword are not yet because I'm technically still attuning to it.
No, you're attuned. You can use all of the features of your sword.
Well, we'll have to save for later. I'll rage. Thank fuck. So that's the bonus action. Yeah, it's 27 now. Because I can't be attuned both the hammer and the sword. I'll just look at the blood only. I have a mask, but I'll just smile and say my turn. And I'll stop swinging.
Bring it on.
Let's see if the bot actually added the sword. Yeah, it did. Let's see.
But damn, this is no longer entertaining, you fuck.
See if
The
it
only
works.
spite will look to the only of plagues and
Yes!
breathe. Yeah, you fuck.
15 to eat.
Yeah, that will miss.
Then I'll attack again.
I know. One of them is gonna be like 68 damage or some shit.
What is with Jerry's rolls being so low?
Like he keeps on rolling twos, like over and over
Yeah.
again. And what is going on, Jerry?
The system is rigged against the small folk.
Or Avery is just has a terrible random number generator.
Okay, now
Fuck
that will hit.
And I fucking divine smite it.
Yeah, of course.
And you're a demon, so it's another D8. A pig. You're a fiend, right?
I am. Doesn't says.
Onis
So I don't
are
know.
giants, but in Kaiya,
What are
according to
Yeah.
Debbie's rule, they are basically demons. Japanese.
So I don't think I get anything. Let's see one
You
second.
do.
No, the divine smite will react to it as if it's a demon or a fiend. That is, so you get.
So it
you
doesn't
get-
work on demons, it works on fiends. You don't
Yeah,
get the bonus.
no,
Unless
well,
the sword says otherwise.
you get all your divine smite features on an oni. It does count as it. Yeah,
Oh,
demon
okay.
and fiend are kind of more interchangeable in Kaiya. So these creatures will get the extra damage.
So 15.
Plus
So
16.
31 damage total
Okay.
on the second one. I'll action surge because you actually pissed me off.
See ya, boys.
And as he says that, the Oni of Skull is just waving.
Okay, it doesn't work. You don't have the command for roll the.
Oh yeah, that will hit.
Thank fuck. 19, another 48.
Sure.
No, you started it, not me.
So that's
So that's 40.
45, right?
No, 40. 21 plus 19.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you're correct. I was looking at the hits.
And the last. Wait, how many spell slots do I have? 3. Okay, so the third one and the last one.
You do bear in mind that you did have a long rest, so you were
Yeah, no, I have 3 second level. Yeah.
Yeah, just making sure you weren't still fighting injured.
18.
Yeah, another 28.
You need 21. No!
So 38 on that one.
Are you on one HP? Like, you're on 1 HP, aren't you?
I said you needed 21.
Yeah. All right. Beautiful. So, so Jerry, do you want to describe how you get your payback on this Oni?
He's large, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I slice one knee and slice the second knee and then slice the stomach.
All right. And as you see these wide sweeping strikes just slice through the Oni, you see these bursts of radiant energy coming out of it, as that is going to take us, I think, to the end of your turn, Jerry. Are you finishing it there?
Yeah, I don't think I have a reaction. Let's see. 1 second.
All right.
Reactions. Oh wait, I'll use. Well, maybe it's too late. On the left attack, if I can try something.
Sorry, I missed that. You're trying to do what on the?
I want to add something on the left attack if I can, unless it's too late.
Well, tell me what it is you're trying to do.
The fire rune activated.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know what that does. That's a
Well,
brand new feature. You tell me.
unless you are fire rune Seto, you're dead. It takes 2d6 fire damage,
Oh,
and unless you are immune to it, I'm not sure how only works.
yeah, there's no resistances or immunities on this, as far as I can see.
Yes, sir, you're dead.
Okay, wait. What is it? What is
Like,
it used to activate?
Yeah,
the...
it's special. It's just it's like divine smite. It doesn't take any sort of action. I have to hit the target to activate it.
I'll post it in D&D Beyond, in Foundry.
Okay.
Oh wait, what?
Okay, so then.
Like when I hit the.
All right. Well,
Just
okay.
as
Just bear that in mind for next time. We will. You can use that on the following round. But right
so
now,
next round.
yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Next round.
Okay, no problem.
Because
Yeah, so that's my turn.
you've already described the attack. So you go through these slices, and then you just see the only kind of looking back up at you. That is going to take us to its turn at the top of the round. But it is, yeah, you see that you have nearly slain it there. That extra damage probably would have done it, but we will have to see. At the start of the round, the Oni of Blood, are you getting the... Oh, there we go. You start to see some of those wounds knit back together as its regeneration feature starts to kick in. But what are you doing, Oni of Blood?
Seeing as this small freaking bitch.
Mouse.
Yeah, you know what? Oni of Blood is gonna try to. He's gonna slam the both of his gongs together, and he's gonna activate his special ability, which is a war gong, and each creature within 30 feet of it must succeed on a DC 18 Wisdom saving throw.
Okay, and
The
Jerry,
other one is
you would have ordinarily had advantage on this, so actually, and because it's within 5 feet, you'll have disadvantage, so it cancels out and it'll just be a normal roll.
what do I have to roll?
A wisdom save.
A con save, a wisdom, for more than 2 if it's possible. Fucking can't.
Oh my god,
gosh.
another
What
two!
is wrong?
Another two!
Oh well,
Okay.
you're frightened.
Okay, did the other only roll? Or did the other roll? Now within range. Unless they're not supposed to roll.
I think it says each creature, so I think everybody should roll.
And even within range.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm within range.
Go ahead and roll then.
Everybody is in
I
range.
can't be the only one who gets fucked up by it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
actually,
everybody.
everyone is in range.
Oh, okay.
I'm fine.
What is it? A wisdom save?
Okay, only if calls fails.
The only of Spider's like, nah. This dude gonna.
Wisdom? Why are you not rolling wisdom? Hello? Why? Why is the wisdom check not working? Give me a sec. There you go, now it's working.
Oh, okay, so the Oni of Skulls and the Oni of Plagues, I think, both fail as well.
Yep.
And the Oni of Spite made it, though, but so there are 3 of you currently frightened.
Yep.
And this is not a case of like frightened and makes you run away. It's just, you just have the frightened effect, so disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls.
Yep.
Well, the creature is
All right.
As long as
tied.
as long as I'm not.
Yeah, and you can't move towards me if you're feared. And if
Yeah.
I'm in your line of sight, you have a disadvantage to attack rolls. And
Okay.
that's his whole action, so.
Okay, then that'll take us to the Oni of Skulls.
The Oni of Skulls lift its hand and say, "What are you, fiend? Be gone!" It casts darkness directly on the Oni of Blood.
What did you cast? Oh. And then your blood.
Nice, okay.
Yep, which means that basically it covers him, and because it's 15, I think. Oh, it even covers Jerry.
Yeah,
What
so
what was the spell?
It basically gives you disadvantage on basically attacking anything because you're inside the dark, unless you has Devil's
What did you
Sight.
cast? I didn't hear the spell.
It's called
Darkness.
Darkness? Oh, okay. Okay.
And then
so yeah, Jerry, what you see as this happens, you see this, you hear the Oni scream out, and this magical darkness starts to echo out around you, and you see it envelop the Oni in front of you as well as yourself. But you see these flashes of light as the radiant energy from your sword just keeps arcing onto the ground around you, and every now and then is illuminating slightly even through the magical darkness, the Oni in front of you, and just giving these little brief moments of vision. But the Oni of Skulls, what are you
I
doing?
haven't seen anything else. Like only the Oni next to me.
And then it's like,
Yeah.
shoo, it's gone. Oh, just sits and is relieved. Moves a little bit of way in case it basically burns the source of it.
Okay, nice. So essentially, no one else will now have. You won't have line of sight on the Oni that that you're afraid of if you have feared, but you also can't see Jerry right now. You just see the same sort of swirling black mass there of darkness, but only of spite. What do you want to do?
Only of spite is invisible. So before moving, it says, "What the fuck are you doing, you bumbling idiot?" To the Oni of Skulls. And is going to go and try to attack Jerry. Still invisible. I don't know if that would give advantage, which would be cancelled out by disadvantage because of
Attacking
darkness.
as invisible, your advantage like greater invisibility. Powerful.
Ooh.
Yeah, but are you still invisible after the attack?
Any
I think so.
action that is basically hostile will break it.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah, if you cast a spell or make an attack, you will break the invisibility. But yeah, you currently can't see Jerry because he's in the magical darkness. So yeah, it'll just be a straight roll.
Okay.
What? Shoot on me? Oh, it's invisible. I don't know. Shit. Never mind.
Oh,
Oh,
What?
that was a crit.
is that a crit?
Yeah, you rolled a nat 20. It didn't show up in the chat, but there was confetti. So
Ooh. Okay. And because I have spiteful, would that also damage the 1d10 damage?
no, because I don't think you've been damaged by Jerry yet.
No.
So
Ooh. Okay, so then that would not apply.
yeah, not quite yet, but yeah, you do manage to get a critical hit in, so your damage, you can roll an extra d10 there.
Okay. I think it's actually 2d10 plus 4. Yeah. 2d10 plus 4, because I'm in my normal one, so would that be 4d10 in that case?
Yeah, do double check that that it's rolling the right formulas when you make the attacks. I could have messed some things up. So yes,
You only
28 damage.
So that,
Oh no, it's 24 damage.
okay, and that's my first attack, and I
Is
think
it
that would
terrible or not?
Yeah, that's at half it will be 12.
okay. And then I'm going to assume that the rest I do at disadvantage because I am now.
If they're within 5 feet of me, won't they see like the flashes of light? Unless she is it, of course.
Yeah, no, it's
You
not.
said this
It's
sort of
not
like
really enough for anyone to get much sight. It's more right now. It's there's quite a lot going on down there. There's flames on one side, and only on like either side. There's a lot, but that's 21 and a 24. You do 3 attacks.
Yeah. Yes,
Okay,
multi-attack.
nice. Yeah, so both of those I think are going to hit.
yeah.
Okay, another 12 damage because it's halved.
Okay. In both attacks 12 or the first one, like the second
No,
one?
for both of them. It was 24 total. So
Okay, 12.
oh wait,
Um,
actually, I said that both of those hit, but actually it was supposed to be at disadvantage. So
We
only
roll
one of those
like
attacks.
roll 2 more times.
Yeah, so just roll 2 more attack rolls, and then we'll see if the 16. Oh, I don't think so. Okay, so actually, Jerry, you only take 4 on that one.
Okay.
So heal the 12 back and just make it 4.
I did.
Cool. And then yeah, because with disadvantage you would have hit once and missed once there.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, yeah. So you just
yeah,
start stabbing with the glaive into this darkness, and knowing where all the other Oni are aiming, you just start slashing, and you feel like you managed to hit a couple of times, but it's hard to get a good hit in. Is that the end of your turn, Oni of Spite?
Yes, it is.
I don't see the Oni at all, right? Because of the darkness.
I mean, you
Just
feel
making
its
sure.
glaive smash into you. It's you realize that there's another one next to you, but you can't tell which Oni is attacking at this point. Just
Let's see
small
the
little
speech.
flashes of light giving a hint every now and then. But it is going to be the Oni of Plagues, who is currently hovering above the fiery planar portal. What are you going to do?
Right. So Jerry's in the darkness, right?
Yeah, Jerry
Yep.
and the Oni of Blood are in the darkness, and the Oni of Spite has just come in and started stabbing into it. Sort of half of its body, it might be in the darkness as well.
Yeah. So I would have advantage because I'm flanking, and then disadvantage, so that just cancels out. So it will be just a normal roll. The only a plague will say, "Where did you go, little mouse?" and strike to the last place he saw Jerry. Make one attack. That's a miss. Okay. Second attack. And that also misses. Okay. That's all I can do.
Okay,
As
so
he's
yeah,
just
Jerry.
striking down with his glaive in wide arcs, just completely missing him.
Yeah, Jerry, you feel these sort of close brushes as the blade swings over you and past you. You can now tell that there are definitely two glaives being swung at you. But I think if that is the end of your turn, that's going to take us on to Jerry.
Oh yeah, I need to make my save to get over the what is it? The fear, right?
Oh,
yeah,
yes, you can.
It's a wisdom save, right?
Yep.
Yep. 16 probably. Let's see.
No, 18.
18. Whoa.
My bad.
And the Oni of Skulls, you can roll that as well. I think you also have to do that at the end of your
And
turn.
I save. Woohoo.
Well, technically you have to roll a disadvantage.
Yeah, that's what I
Oh,
was
yeah.
basically checking.
Well,
I'll
actually,
He's covered in the darkness, so I
not,
can't actually
because
see.
yeah, you can't see
can't
the
see
Oni
him.
of Blood at the moment. So
No, yeah, it has to be me within 5 feet. Yeah, never mind. Very good. Well,
Oh well.
oh, okay, yeah. You still, for some reason, that blue Oni up there is very scared of other Oni. Doesn't like fiends apparently.
That makes sense.
no.
All right.
I'm
So
afraid of the
in
dark.
that case, Jerry, you are standing in this darkness, feeling blades and things swinging at you, just small arcs of light. What are you doing?
Until the end of my next turn, all my attack gets a bonus of 2d8 radiant damage. And let's see, each fiend within 10 feet of me must make a DC 17 dex save or take 2d8 radiant damage. But I don't know if I have to attack first and then they have to save, or
Is it the
I don't
fireball?
exactly get the wording. I'll send it here on Discord, but
Are we fiends?
you are all fiends.
Yes.
Yes, it is. It's
I send it here.
things.
What is our little mouse up to?
Oh, you have to hit it because it says.
Yeah,
each
so I have to hit
Okay.
you first and then.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, but as you do this, Jerry,
Oh.
as you activate this, you feel the blade sort of those radiant energy spikes now ignite around the entire blade, and it begins to illuminate where you are standing, cutting through the magical darkness itself. And you are now imbued with that energy. make your attacks.
But sorry, DM, but it says
You'll-
in addition, each thing within 10 feet of your. Oh, never mind. I'm retarded.
Yeah,
When you
that's
hit,
why I asked
so
if
when you
after
hit
the
it's going
attack.
to
Yeah.
explode into this radiant crackling energy bolts that it's like your divine smite now will send lightning out against other fiends around it.
I'm dumb. Sorry.
Do I make now? I can see him, so disadvantage on the attack. I can see Seto. The only of blood.
Well, it's
Because
it's
it's
going to be a
feared.
disadvantage either way because you're either afraid of him or you're in darkness. So
Oh,
yeah,
I
it's
thought the
gonna be
blade cancel it.
disadvantage.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
Let's see
Dev,
if I remember the command.
I forgot to add the 10 HP regeneration from the previous turn.
Oh,
See if it
okay.
works.
I'll quickly add that.
And I critically fail.
It's
Ooh.
not one.
What the fuck are your rolls, man? 1 and a 4?
What is going on?
Yeah, the
It's
four would probably
every
hit you,
is
but
cursed.
Nani the fuck?
Yeah, so you swing out, but you don't manage to get a connection on that first swing.
come on. 17. I don't know if it hit.
That'll hit. Who are you? Yeah.
Seto
swinging
is
at
on
the-
like
Yeah,
his blood.
yeah, it barely hits. It's my AC.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much HP you've got. The 17 kill you?
17.
It does.
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
And 8 more radiant damage. So
Okay,
25
so-
damage total.
So yeah, Jerry, as you hit that one, you will activate that Radiant Wrath, and there will be this burst of divine energy that is going to arc out to the other two of you there. I need both of you to make
Yep.
dex saving throws.
Oh, okay.
DC 17.
Okay, yeah. So the only of spite fails. You will
I also
take
fail.
the extra 2d8 as does the only of
Yeah,
plagues.
I rolled. The 8 damage. 8 radiant.
Yeah. I added.
Okay, nice.
Cool.
So yeah, as you, Jerry, as you do this, as you slice into this Oni, you see this burst of radiant energy crackle out and arc towards the other two Oni, but you also see the final wound of this, the Oni that you have just slain. You see light burst out from it, and the creature just lets out this awful scream as its body starts to reform and change shape as you see the corpse fall to the floor, and it is not the corpse of an Oni, but the corpse of a Crab Clan samurai that has seemingly, you now see its very spirit actually start to lift and rise from its body, turning into this golden bluish light as it just bows towards you and gives thanks before drifting away from the body in front of you. And it's as if you've set the spirit free from being trapped within this Oni. It's hard to tell in the midst of battle what has just happened, but yeah, you have killed one of the Oni.
One more thing now. I'm in the middle of the darkness, right? Like all the darkness fell.
You're actually at the edge.
Let me just check the stream real quick.
If this here, you can see here, I currently has.
What edge am I on?
You are. This is basically like the edge of it, so the portal is basically like an exit technically. So
The portal is the exit.
Well, yeah, if you ran to your right, you'd probably leave it quite soon if you went under the Oni's legs. But behind you,
No,
there
I
was
want to go.
there
I
was
want to go
light coming
further
from
in
the.
the. I want to go further in the darkness.
Okay, yeah. Then if you moved over to your sort of left, back to it towards the Oni that you just attacked, you'd probably be in the dead center, I think.
And I'm
Or
going
if you
to
just
do it.
moved up.
I'm going to use my reaction. To use how the fuck is it called now? Nimble. I'm using nimble. They have disadvantage. Oh well, they have disadvantage. Never mind. I'm just walking away.
Okay, how far are you going?
Like 10 feet in a direction.
Okay,
If I'm
and you're
seeing
trying to
the edge of,
stay.
yeah,
You're trying to stay
yeah,
within the
trying to stay
darkness.
like hidden. Yeah, within the darkness.
Okay, so Astraea, where does it end up there on that side?
Let me see. It would
I'm
end
not sure
about the stairs, I think, around that line.
Okay, yeah. So
Basically,
then
if you see
you'll be
the-
able to make your way back into the middle of the symbol there, where it is at its darkest point.
Yeah, basically imagine the circle as like the darkness. With this edge also covered.
Yeah.
Do we get opportunity attacks or no?
Yeah, I don't really think so. A mouse just you saw this flash of energy, got blasted by it, and then there's just magical darkness in front of you. I don't think.
There is one thing
I can
you
send
said
one
that
to see if
there is
they
one
don't see me.
problem because you said that weapon illuminates it. Feel him.
Yeah,
Turns off.
you saw that happen as the Oni was killed. Okay, fine. You can have you can take your reaction to make an opportunity attack with disadvantage.
Cool.
Mm,
Okay, it's not allowing me to roll because he's 15 feet away now.
I'm changing the HP manually, so you can just roll manually and I'll change it.
All right, cool. So d20 plus 7 to hit. That is going to be a 16 to hit, and I think that misses.
Yep.
All right.
Okay. So then, yeah, Jerry,
What
you
about
managed to
Sakura?
run out into the darkness. What are you doing? Is that the end of your turn? Or?
That's my turn, yeah.
Okay. That'll take
Yeah.
us then to the top of the round, and the Oni of Blood is dead. So the Oni of Skulls.
Oh no.
Rob.
Ooh. To use.
Get rid of the fucking darkness.
Yeah, get rid of the fucking darkness.
I don't know. He's like I have no idea if he's dead. Oh.
No,
Or actually,
wouldn't
would I
you know-
know that he died, the creature?
Well, no. You were afraid of the war gong that he let off. He let off that sound that you know that inside that darkness is where it came from. But unless you saw the massive flash of divine energy and you saw a soul rise up, so you could probably assume that he's been killed. But yeah, I'll say you'd be able to figure it out. But right now you're not 100% sure. You can give me an insight check if you want.
I don't even think it has it.
An insight or a perception, either one.
Just give an insight. That seems.
You don't say it again
logical.
on the frightened condition? Or is it over because I killed him?
Yeah, this is what the insight is for, because they were afraid of the gong that went off, but now you realize that the creature is dead. You are no longer frightened, but you do know that the thing you should be afraid of was probably not your fellow Oni.
I'm like, stop concentrating on it, and it's like, it comes to everyone, little one. Either only freaking casts that. Why does it?
You technically don't see anyone, so
One you say, in the dark.
You can see me.
Yeah, I basically was like, I knew that it was basically inside the darkness. That's where I'm casting it, basically like here. It doesn't really matter since it would hit anybody because it's 16. Yeah.
So I think that even would hit you as well, wouldn't it?
Yes. That's why I wonder why it asked me
Okay.
for a.
Mad love, Astraea.
What the
What's
fuck?
the check?
Okay, this is weird. Why does it say I need to Next.
Con save.
Yeah, like
no, it's
effect
just
with the healing.
Oh, let's just.
So concept you said?
So
you're
okay.
understanding why Z smacks you all now.
Yes, suddenly. Oh, it's good. It's not a good. It's not a what's called a one because
Concentration
the-
saving throw, you said?
it's a
Just to make sure. Yeah,
constitution.
con save.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That's
Fuck.
all right. So you took 24 damage from that then, Jerry.
So it's
Though-
12 for me? Or is it health
not
already?
actually sure. Yeah,
That-
Astraea, you're gonna have to roll the damage separately
the
there.
damage is 14. 24. And since Jerry is raging, and then it would be 12 for him. For those that fail, it would be 4, while for the it's halved.
What is the DC?
16. Basically, the only of spite just miss it by 1.
Okay.
Does it have any other effects or just the damage?
It does. It just basically just
Yeah, no, it's
it doesn't
you just
really
see
have
this.
anything.
You see the darkness around you ripple out with this negative energy, and it is just necrotic energy that is being sort of blasted out, and all of you are in the radius of this as the Oni of Skulls basically drops a bomb in the middle of the room. And
But it's
are
60
you?
foot radius, right? So he would be in range of his own spell.
Yes,
Yeah.
but
He rolled.
that's why I already.
Oh, did he roll?
rolled.
Okay.
Yeah, I succeeded, and I also put the damage on myself.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Exactly.
so, and are you keeping the darkness up? Only of Skull?
Nope, I dropped it basically and I realized so going maybe that was the trade-off.
Okay, yeah, nice. So you can all see again as Jerry is now just glowing with this radiant energy and has taken a bit of a hit from that, but is that the end of your turn? Only of Skulls?
Pretty much.
Cool. Then only of Spite, it's going to take us to your turn. At the beginning, you can heal, you can start to regenerate for 10 hit points.
Thank you. And now, because I have taken damage, my attacks are at advantage and they deal an extra 1d10 slashing damage. So
Indeed.
let's
Oh.
does
She
that
created, I guess.
my 1d10 as well?
Yeah, that all the damage dice get doubled.
Okay, so then
Oh yeah, you're still within 10 feet. How about that?
So 2d10. Okay, 28, 32.
16.
Yeah. Okay, so that's my first attack.
Oh, that was nearly an 18. And that's 17.
Ooh, and the second one is going to hit as well.
Okay, let's do the damage.
Okay,
That will
16 half to 8. Yeah.
And last one.
Ooh. Hey, that actually
Yeah,
Oh.
7.
Yes. 17, I think, is going to miss, Jerry.
Missed, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you managed to get good 2 spiteful slices in, but he manages to block the last one.
He also just
How far away is she
a fucking
from me?
Oni of Skulls who just fucking nuked the place. What are you doing, you bumbling buffoon? And that's his turn.
How far away is she from me? You can hear me, right?
Yeah, it's just about 10 feet away.
Okay,
at the
within.
moment.
Okay, so I'll use my reaction to activate my stone rune, and she has to make a wisdom save of DC 15 or be charmed.
See. 21.
Yeah, so nothing happens.
Sorry, Jerry.
The rolls are in
Why are
our
you
favor
sorry?
today.
I'm rushing towards you now. You're next.
You're next.
Me.
Yeah, you hit me left. That's the rule.
All right, so
My turn
Oni is
now.
not the only one who's spiteful. I think, is that your turn, Oni of Spite?
Can do anything else. No, that's it.
Cool.
Is the circle of death still active? Or is it just one-time thing?
That's actually what I'm trying to find out. It doesn't say it continues, so I'm pretty sure it's only a new.
Oh, so,
Yeah,
okay.
no, it's just a one area of effect of damage spell.
Got it.
But yes, that is going to take us on to the Oni of Plagues, who also regenerates a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, the Oni of Plagues is going to rise up 30 feet into the air as a green, putrid green ray comes out of its third arm, or third hand, I should rather say, and sends it directly towards Jerry as it uses his ray of sickness. I don't think it's a roll.
No, it's a Constitution saving throw for
Yeah.
Jerry.
Shit.
Oh no, actually, it is a roll. So it is make a ranged spell attack against the
Oh
target,
yeah. Okay.
and then so actually you
And then
miss
if it
with
hits, I
that
have to
one.
roll.
He
No, you don't.
misses. You don't have to roll anything there, Jerry. He rolled a 15, so so you managed to actually just block this strike or block this green energy, and just you see it deflect and cut into two as it burns away the ground around you, but your blade can withstand it. Anything else that Oni of Plagues is going to do here?
Nope. That's all I can do.
All right, then Jerry, it is going to take us to your turn.
Okay. My bonus action will be Giant's Might. As I grow to the size of large, just look at the Oni of, what was it, skulls? And just start to fight someone your own size, and I just charge at him.
If you look at
That-
that, you look
wait,
the
that-
wrong way. That is spite, as I recall.
She's Spite or Skull? Your Skulls, Astraea?
No, she's that's
Sakurai's
Spite
Spite.
done that.
Yes, I'm rushing at the Spite one.
Okay, cool. Yeah, go for it.
So normal attacks now.
Yeah, the disadvantage is over. You've got
And
normal
I
attacks.
still have the 2d6 radiant until the end of this turn.
Oh, okay, nice.
It's until the end of the next turn when I activate it, so it's like for 2 turns.
Yeah, you're still glowing with that radiant energy, it crackling everywhere as you now grow larger and rush towards the Oni.
Let's see if I remember the extra commands. D 1d6, then D 2d8. Did it work? So it's 26 hits, I guess.
Oh yeah, that'll hit.
And it's 33 damage. Yeah, fuck it. Now I use the fire rune. So as I attack you, see like fiery shackles come out of my weapon. So that's an extra 2d6 fire damage. And you have to make a strength saving throw.
Okay. Let's see.
It's
Ooh,
also
that is
15.
definitely a fail.
The save. So now you're restrained.
Okay.
You can make the save, I think, at the end of your turn. Let's see exactly. Fire rune. Yeah, you can repeat the saving throw at the end of your turn. The end of your turn.
Let me see what restrained.
You can't move.
You have disadvantage on attacks. You cannot move, I think. Let's see exactly what it means.
And
Yeah.
disadvantage on dex save.
All right. So you lock that only in place with fire. Is anything else you want to do there, Jerry?
Yeah, and radiant damage to it. My spell slot. I thought I was over with the first attack. So it's 17 more. So 24. 57 damage on the first one.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes, nice.
The second one, I only get the D. Okay. Hey, is anyone within 10 feet of her? I don't think so. Other than me.
No, not at this point.
Yeah, so. Still. 32 will hit. It's 25 more damage. Which I still also Divine Smite.
Yeah.
15, so 40 damage.
He's dead.
Okay.
You're a lot squishier than the others. Than the other one.
What?
No, you just got all your hits in there.
I had
That
110 health. I was not squishy at all.
How much did you have? You took in total, let's see, 40. You took in total 97 damage.
yeah, there were there were a couple
Oh, she was
scratches
only
from
damaged. Yeah.
from the circle of death. So you see, very similarly as with the other one, you see these bursts of radiant energy as this creature's eyes shine bright white, and you see the wound leaking out this light as the creature turns back into a more human form, also dressed in samurai armor, this looking more like maybe they were a monk or something like that. And you also recognize a Crab Clan symbol, as this was probably a fighter from beyond the wall, and you have now released this one as well from its Oni form, as you see its spirit leave the body and ascend or head to wherever it is intended to go next. But
Yeah, that's my turn.
okay,
That's close.
okay, and then all right, you sure that's the end of your turn? You're not action surging or anything like that? No second wind, anything?
He used its actions.
I will move towards, well, the only one that isn't flying. So, how far is it? How far, I guess? Yeah, I think it's the skulls. Yeah, the skulls.
I am left side. It would. I don't even know much that I can.
Yeah, you would probably that is quite a cliff face to climb there. So unless you could jump or something like that, you might have to
I
go.
can jump 16 feet high. If it's within 16 feet, I can get there.
I'll say because you're in your enlarged state, you would be able to jump 16
Yeah.
feet and get and reach the top of the cliff at least. But that would then, so I'll say with all your movement, you would just be able to get to the
Yeah.
top of this cliff.
And that's my turn.
Okay. Well, let's see then. At the top of the round with the Oni of Skulls, your turn again.
Ooh. Yes, I got it. I got to try. Oh, he's within ranged. That's nice. Like, foolish move. You as both your eyes and just basically reach out a hand trying to basically like inflict wounds on him.
Yeah.
It's a rune. And that hits, I can tell you.
Ooh, okay.
And let's see how much damage that is.
Oh, the
23.
roll's so high. Okay, but that is I didn't halve it there for some reason.
So how much
So
damage?
that's 23 half.
Before
Okay, so yeah, 11 damage there.
okay.
All right. Yeah, as this you just see it's starting to try and open up wounds underneath your armor with its magic. You can feel these spectral blades trying to cut at you, but you are still standing. I think that's probably all you can do there, Oni.
I'm just like much stronger. 5. That's how I turn.
All right, nice. That'll take us to the Oni of Plague.
Right. So, am I gonna be the asshole here? Fuck it, I'm the Oni of Plagues. I'm gonna be an asshole. The Oni of Plagues holds out his hand, and these small green particles float towards the mouse, and as it surrounds him, I cast sleep.
Oh,
And he falls asleep.
Yeah, and he falls asleep. That's 24 HP worth of sleep damage, so I think that makes him fall asleep.
Yes.
As the only plagues will say, "Go to sleep. This was all
Wait, tell
a
me,
bad
how much was
dream."
it?
24 points of sleep.
Yeah, I've got more than 24 HP.
Yeah, but
Got
that's not
14.
that's not a roll, right? Isn't it like you roll a couple of
It has
dice?
to be more than my HP count, I think,
Yeah,
if I recall.
Yep.
It's what you
you have
currently
14
have.
right now, don't you?
It says 32. Did I miss something?
wait, what is your hit point? What are your hit points at? Because it hasn't been
32.
halving
I'm pretty sure I
properly yet.
missed. I'm pretty sure I missed one attack. One of Seto's first attacks. I don't think I heard you.
'Cause,
Probably missed
yeah,
an
I've
attack.
got you here as being at 14 hit points. What have you got there?
Okay, so 32. So yeah, I probably missed one. So yeah,
Can you
I'm
tell me
unconscious.
can you tell me what you've got, what you have tracked? Because you've been tracking it as well. Sometimes it could have done extra here. So
I was on 32.
Yeah, quick correction. It's 21 points of sleep damage.
okay, yeah. So not 24, but let me just see. I'm trying to figure out where I didn't put the extra damage back because I don't think I. It's quite possible that I didn't do.
Maybe I missed something.
Yeah, but when this is going to determine whether or not you fall asleep, so I just need to double check who missed. Uh, oh, I did miss one there. There was a Oh wait, I might be so far back that was before you were raiding. Okay. All right. Cool. Well, I guess it's up to you. I'm not sure how confident you are that you've been keeping track of your hit points. If it was 30, if you were at the hit points that you have, then you're still up. If you're at the hit points that I have, then I think you're asleep.
It's Schrodinger's HP right now. It's both it's both 14 and 30 HP at the same time.
Yeah.
Two parallel universes have been created, yeah.
I didn't write them down. Did you hit all? You hit all three of them, right?
Sorry, say that one again. I didn't hear a word you just said.
When Seto was the first one to attack, he hit me 3 times on the first time, right? Pretty sure. I think I missed one of them. Not sure.
No, he
What?
didn't hit you with all of them, I don't think.
I only hit with 2 of
Oh.
them.
Oh, okay, yeah, so I'm really not sure.
Okay, well, because that's just a shit narrative anyway, we'll say that you were stuck with your hit points that you had, because why the fuck not?
Alrighty. Yeah, as Jerry doesn't fall from the sleep, he recoils his hand. Why can't you just give up? And that'll be my turn as I move 20 feet closer.
Okay, Jerry, your turn.
How close is June, the plague one, to me?
I'm currently 30 feet in the air right now.
Then I'll just heal. I use my 48 hit points to heal up as an action. I don't think I have anything as a bonus action. Wait.
Did you say 4d8 or 48?
40. 40. 40. My Leon hand. Yeah, Leon hand.
Okay, so are you back at 72 now?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll expend another charge from the sword. Again, the one next to me, the skulls. He needs to make a wisdom saving throw with disadvantage.
Who's making the wisdom save?
The skull.
Wait, let me see. Never mind. That's my turn. I'm not doing anything else.
Okay, so you're just healing.
Yeah, I just healed.
All right, then that'll take us back to the top of the round with the Oni of Skulls.
Wrong one. I heal because of the cooling feature. Keep wounds. And get Jerry with. Yep. Will you? The other
Okay, so I guess that'll take us on to the Oni of Plagues then.
Yeah. So another putrid green ray is gonna sprout from its third hand, and I'm gonna try another ray of sickness. That's gonna miss. Now I'll move it a little bit closer, and that will be my turn.
Okay, then that'll take us on to Jerry. As that one misses as well, you just see these blasts of energy trying to tear you to pieces, but nothing is able to connect. What are you doing, Jerry?
Again. Keep striking. I don't have a lot of options here. $19.
And 19, which one are you attacking?
The skull. He's the only one not next to me.
Yeah, the other one's flying behind you, so you go up and attack the Oni of Skulls. That'll hit.
No.
The Oni of Skulls is trying to dismount from something. I don't know why.
So that's a total of 51 on the first. Yeah, I don't think the plague one is within 10 feet.
Yeah, no, not at this point.
Okay, yeah.
Actually,
now I
what
see
is
the
the
map.
reach? What is the reach of the great sword? Is it
5 feet.
okay? Yeah,
Yeah.
just double checking. All right. Yeah, so you
Second
slash
attack.
in, doing 51 damage on that first strike. Again, arcs of radiant energy blasting out against the walls. This only takes some major damage from that one. That's your first attack.
What are these?
Are you
Everything.
doing another radiant
Yeah.
wrath thing?
Yeah. And I calculated the divine smite as well, so it's 50 total.
Yeah. Oh shit.
That's it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you do some serious damage on that strike again, with the more radiant energy just blasting and crackling out everywhere. But it is still standing.
I think I have anything as a bonus action. I think I'm running out of stuff. Oh, yeah, I know. I'll use. Where is it? Second wind. To try and heal up a little bit more.
Okay.
So 9 HP back.
Okay. Yeah, you are.
That's my turn.
All right. Jerry's looking pretty healthy again, and that's going to take us to the top of the round with the Oni of Skulls, who's not looking so healthy.
Oh, hurts a bit. Actually, a lot. But let's see. Can't help me with. Basically, extends hand and tries to stab some of Jerry's life force with vampiric touch.
That's a lot of concentration.
Save or
It's a attack roll. I don't know why it didn't show your 12, but why doesn't it show? I wonder if I need to roll damage before those first round.
Okay, yeah, so that was then 7 damage, but I think it actually halved at that time.
So
Or
7
how
damage.
much? What were you doing? What?
Vampiric touch means 7.
You heal half the damage you get. Half the damage you did to me.
Yeah, nice.
Okay, so actually no, it wasn't. It wasn't halved. That was 7 total that you got there. So
So you get 1 damage back. 1 HP back you get. I get damage for 3.
okay, so Jerry, you're on 78 right now, right?
Yeah.
Cool. But yes, so you start siphoning energy from Jerry into yourself, and I think that you can hold that on each of your turns going forward. So Jerry,
Yeah,
you
it's a
start feeling the
concentration.
energy as you just healed yourself. You start seeing the Oni that you've just damaged so much start to draw some of that healing energy from you and back into itself to regenerate some of its own wounds. Is that all you're going to do, Oni of Skulls?
And let's not forget the 10 I gained at the start. And then, yes, a creature doesn't much.
I already added the 10 that you healed the first time.
Then it's fine. Then it's fine. Then it's if they were.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
cool. Then that'll take us to the Oni of Plagues, who I think is still, yeah, you're at full. So what would you like to do?
Yeah, seeing as ranged is just not working right now, he's gonna close the distance between him and Jerry and say, maybe this will convince you to stay down, and we'll make a big glaive attack. 2 big glaive attacks at advantage because I'm flanking.
That'll hit.
Okay, the first one hits. I have my character sheet in the way. Let me quickly just move that over to that side. There we go. Didn't show the damage.
That did 11 damage there, but I think that is not halved. So it was only 5, but hold on. Okay, so you're at 73 now, right? After
Yeah.
5 damage.
If
Cool.
it wasn't health.
Okay,
Alright.
yeah. All right. I'll stop checking, but this bloody thing. Anyway, yeah. So you managed to hit with that first strike, and the glaive does a bit of damage there.
And then a second attack comes swing at him.
Oh yeah, that'll definitely hit.
Man, these damage rolls are terrible though.
Okay, so that's 4 damage on that one, Jerry.
How much? 4?
Yeah, 4. It was 8 halved to 4.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so as this Oni comes in and manages to get 2 good strikes in, just as it hovers over the side of this cliff. Is that just 2 attacks there?
Yep, that's all I can do, and that'll be my turn.
All right. So this Oni of Plagues hovering there and slashing into you as the one is trying to siphon the very life from you. Jerry, what are you doing?
How far is the plague one from the skull one?
He's just behind you.
Yeah, they're
Right
flanking
behind
you
me.
at the moment, so they're both within melee range in your.
But
You're
I
still
keep
in your
attacking the
enlarged
skull
frame.
one.
All right. Yeah, the skull one's looking near death. The Oni of Plagues is still looking fully healed.
Hit. 29 damage. And if he's within 10 feet, so he needs to make a dex save.
I don't think that creatures need that thing. Or whatever.
Yeah, not quite. It managed to maneuver its way around to the other side, so that the lightning arcs out, and you see again this radiant energy burst forth from the Oni as it shrinks back down to a humanoid size and returns to its human form as a Crab Clan archer. As it just falls down to the floor, you see the spirit beginning to rise up and leave. That one too
Yeah, I
has
meant that
been defeated.
plague
But
one.
the Oni of Plagues, yeah, is still floating there behind you, just off the edge of the cliff, and the radiant energy couldn't quite spark out to it.
Okay, so I'll just swing at it.
All right, you turn around to face this thing that just cut into you, and you start fighting back. Make your attack roll.
This is where Jerry's luck turns because now he's on 69 HP.
Yeah, 24 damage, and
24 damage.
that's my turn.
Yeah, I think that'll definitely hit as this thing that just slashed into you. Turn around and slash it back. And you take, how much was it there? 24
Yeah,
or
24
29?
points. 24.
Okay, cool. Nice.
Yeah,
So
that.
that is going to take us back to the Oni of Plagues. It is just the two of you left. That wound starts to knit itself back together. What are you doing?
Another 2 big glaive attacks coming in his way.
Yeah, go for it. Ooh, that
3
one's
is
gonna
definitely
miss.
gonna miss. And another one. And a 5 is gonna miss. And as you basically parry all these attacks from him, he just steps back. Why won't you just die? And that's my turn.
All right. Yeah, so with 2 misses, uh, Jerry, you are now locked in combat with this Oni face to face, as it is still sort of hovering over the edge of the cliff. What are you doing?
Like jump and grab him.
Yeah, you're just gonna like jump, try and pierce him with the sword, kind of thing, or you're just trying to grab a hold and hang on?
No, yeah, grab a hold of him, and then if it's an action, then that's it. But if I can attack, I'll start stabbing him while holding him.
Yeah, no, I'll say you can do that as part of your attack if you're still
Yeah,
trying to
I
make
tried
attacks.
to like. Yeah.
Are you just, by the way, how long does that enlarged form last? Are you still
1 minute.
Big Jerry?
So 10 rounds.
Okay, yeah, nice.
Yeah, 1 minute.
Yeah,
And I forgot to
so
activate the. Alright.
super buff mouse now, just running towards the edge of the cliff. Make your attacks.
$24.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'll expend another charge for the. Where is it? For another Radiant Wrath, because it ended last turn and I forgot to do it now. I'll do it again now.
Yeah, I mean, that's right. We can say it's part of your turn as a bonus action, so that'll apply to your attacks.
Yeah, I forgot to do it on the first one, so I'll just do it on the second one.
What I'm saying is that it's a bonus action. We can say as
both of them.
as you're doing
Okay.
this, it can apply to both attacks. It's literally the only killer. It's designed to
So
do this.
extra 5 on the first attack, and second one. $28.
All right. So that'll be.
And that's it. Like it wasn't enough.
All right.
And with that, you are both sort of knocked back a bit into the air as Jerry leaps onto you and just starts like attacking you with everything he's got.
Alrighty. In an attempt to do something, in a probably hopeless attempt, he's going to make 2 claw attacks because the glaive is not the best in this situation. So 2 claw attacks coming your way.
Yeah, you see, as you took those 2 glaive attacks, the second one slams into the ground, and Jerry takes the opportunity to activate his sword and run up the length of your the length of this glaive as he uses it to springboard up onto you, grabbing a hold and slicing into you. At which point you try and retaliate with the claw, but I think one of those claws hits.
Hey, so that's full damage. So 12 points of damage.
Okay, yeah, which reduced to 6.
Oh, it wasn't reduced. Never mind.
Oh yeah. Also, I gained 10 HP at the start of my turn. I forgot to add the 10 HP. So that was
Okay,
48. There we go.
I think I did it.
Oh, did you do it?
Yeah, I had done it, or because it gives me a prompt. I don't know why it's not popping up for you guys. I think it just does it for the GM because they're monster stats.
Ah, okay.
So I am doing it at the start of your turns. Yeah, we might have. HP in this battle has been a little bit up and down, but okay. So yeah, you managed to claw into Jerry and get a good swipe in there, but I think only one of those 2 strikes landed. Was that right?
Yep.
Okay. So then, Jerry, it is your turn. You are still you're sort of hanging on to this thing as it's trying to claw at you. What are you doing?
Bonus action, vow of enmity. Adam. So I get advantage on all attacks
Okay.
against him. Let's see if I know how to do it with the bot exactly.
Yeah, you see Futsunishi as you are doing this, just kind of cheer out as he's like really getting into the fight now, and is kind of happy to see you take down the one that's been trying to win the fight rather than make it interesting. he's definitely channeling that vow of enmity in as this Oni is now sort of on its last legs, even though it felt
I
like
got
it
it
could
right.
have won.
24.
Oh, okay. Yeah, with a 31 to hit, holy shit. Oh yeah, it's still
up.
alive, but you guys are now sort of flying through the air, just as you're slashing into this creature. That's your first attack.
Yeah, and I'm down.
25.
And with that, you just start slashing and cutting through this as you're sort of riding it down towards the ground. How do you want to do this?
Is it flying with wings or just flying?
No, it seems to just sort of be hovering of its own accord.
Mm.
Like,
So I don't know exactly how I'm holding him. I didn't think this through since I need two hands to swing the weapon.
yeah, well, I mean, at this point, you're kind of just stabbing it into him, and you guys are just in this tangled mess of like combat. He's trying to grab at you. You might be going a little bit one-handed at this point, but I don't know. Maybe you're actually using that to leverage his head off. What do you do?
The first attack just straight through the stomach, and the second attack a bit higher, like through the heart. I'm stabbing him,
All right,
and
with that, you'll
I'm
see that.
crashing down.
Yeah, you guys come crashing down together. The body rolls off to the side as you land back over that symbol with all these human bodies lying around in their samurai armor, as that one also starts to transform back into a Crab Clan soldier, and you now realize that all of these Oni that you have just fought were once warriors beyond the wall, who you have now freed their spirits and sent their souls back into the afterlife. As that brings us out of combat, and
Can we make a quick
everybody's
break?
actually.
I have to go to the. It's my turn to guard. I just need to get the position. I can continue the session. Just need a few minutes to get there.
Can we just okay? All
You
right.
want
Well,
to do
then,
like short dialogue? Then sure. I've got like 5 minutes for me to go there.
okay. Let's take a 5-minute break, and then we'll carry on with the session. Just
Cool.
let us know when you're back, because now we just got to the climax of the whole thing. And
That's the perfect spot to stop. Let's take a break. Okay, be right back.
All right then.
by the way, who was controlling the music there? Was that just the playlist?
I force skipped until the part where it was actually half decent music, and then I just left it there.
Oh, thank you, because I was like, this is not the music I had planned. I know it's in the playlist somewhere, but this is.
There was a lot of sad music, and I was like, that's not really battle appropriate.
Yeah, well, because I had. You obviously went into the stuff from last session, which is just a little bit further down the playlist. But I was like, how did we get back to all this good battle music? Well done. Yes.
Man, what is with Jerry's rolls though? They were so bad for some reason. They were like
Yeah.
2s and 3s and 4s constantly.
Yeah, I'm sorry for sort of stuffing your your attacks there, especially yours, Matt. I
That's no
did
problem.
not plan the best spells for for you to have in this.
Yeah,
fight.
I was casting it, hoping it would affect him only once, but then he rolled another 2 and then a 3, and he failed for 3 attempts. I was like, okay, come on, succeed already.
It's like it's fucking Jerry. Like his wisdom is relatively high, you know. Like I think he's got like plus something stupid, like at least +8.
Yeah, I think he has around +10, so I was like, okay, yeah, he's probably gonna save.
Yeah,
If he does
his
fail
plus
one of them, he's gonna save in the next round easily.
But then he keeps on rolling 2s.
Nah, he's got +10 on a fucking wisdom save.
Dev, quick question. Seeing as Sakura is now in Kaya's body, does she take Kaya's physical stats?
That's a good question, because I did even mention last time that you might be better at swinging a sword now. It's an interesting thing. Yeah, I I wonder. I mean, because I would be willing to let you take Kaiya's like strength and dexterity score and then keep the rest. I feel like that feels appropriate for the change that you've undergone, because your mind is still definitely Sakura's.
Yeah, definitely. She would not suddenly be very good at charisma. Her strength would actually be going down, but I think given that her dex is going up and it's kind of like, you know,
Yeah, it's this body. You'll have to learn to use it a little bit differently. So where you might have relied
Yeah.
more on strength before, now it's this body is fast as hell. It's like,
And that's why Goblin died in Ian's body. Because he couldn't adjust.
yeah, Imagine going from a goblin to an elf, and not just any elf, but a freaking like ninja.
It would be a downgrade.
What the fuck?
okay.
Yeah,
Now Tucker is
to
fucking
Guk maybe I
dexterous.
could understand.
Can you imagine just like I just imagine like Gok's nightmare is something like he basically like wakes up in Laurie's body.
Oh, this is a great song. This should have been in the battle music.
Jeez, how far down did you go into the playlist? I don't know where.
Skipped like maybe 5 times? 6?
Only. Oh,
I don't think I skipped
that's
that
big.
much.
Oh, okay, yeah, I figured out why.
Oh, it's probably like a long version or something. 1 hour version.
No, well, actually, I'm glad that we used this, because I was going to use this for another fight scene later on, but I seriously doubt we're going to get there tonight. I was like, there's another potential fight where I thought we could use this music, but it actually fit better now.
I can't stop looking at this crab jumping around and shooting stuff.
I thought I was the only one. I was looking at this. I'm like, why is this so intriguing?
Like, what the fuck?
Don't even. Oh man, I wish I could tell you what what there is in a certain place in the world. There are some very interesting crabs that do exactly shit like that.
Fucking crabs.
Yes, does everyone else? Because this is why I didn't want to do this as a solo session, because this is a very important thing to learn about the Oni.
I've
Really
enjoyed
is.
it. No, it's been great for me. I don't mind it at all, personally at least.
I'm enjoying it.
Do you guys see what has just sort of been revealed there about the
You
fact that
basically
these
you use the I think it's the Buddhistic well, whatever it's called thingy. If you're bad in life, really really bad, you end up only in basically afterlife.
well, similar, although these I mean, you guys have fought Oni in like that didn't seem to be in the afterlife.
Wait a
But you
second.
also know that
Oni.
the Crab Clan, they are famously, that's what they do, is they defend the wall from Oni that are coming in from Nyx. That is
Wait
like
a second. Does that
all they
mean
do
that
is fight creatures from beyond the wall.
that mean that the magic resistance is so bad that they basically turns into Oni by fighting the land corrupts them?
Yeah, that's basically what Jerry's God is trying to explain to him, is that these creatures were once soldiers fighting for the wall, and that in their vengeance against the Oni, they have been turning themselves into Oni through that process. So basically, there have been sons going and killing their own fathers, and then becoming new Oni, and then fighting their own sons, and it's just been this endless cycle for possibly thousands of years.
And
The quote is
suddenly,
perfect.
And suddenly you
It's
understand
simple.
why I didn't want. And that's actually interesting, considering Astraea didn't really want Ryan to kill his family.
Come again? What?
Say what?
Didn't you get that? Like, basically, because I think it's Petricide. They turned into Oni. Because they basically got lost in their power and craved more and more power until they turned into Oni. Basically, they became their own enemy. That is what basically we learned now.
Okay.
And as I said, everything must serve the balance.
It's just like
Everything
the
else
Batman said.
is just existence.
Jerry's either gonna die a hero or live long enough to become a villain.
Ooh.
Pretty much
Jerry,
what God says.
Jerry, big bad evil guy confirmed. Ooh.
Campaign 3.
You're back.
Can you hear me
Okay.
properly?
Yeah, we can
Yeah,
hear
we
him.
can hear you now.
The reception is not very good, so worst case scenario, I'll switch to text.
Oh, we can hear you properly. At least I don't have an issue.
Okay, so as this battle ends, you see Futsunishi kind of clapping as he sits up there and he says, "Do you see now, Jerry? The corruption of this world runs rampant. Warriors who step forth to defend the walls are being consumed by their vengeance and unknowingly becoming the very enemies they swore to destroy. We must end this vicious cycle once and for all. The Emperor believes that the world must be cleansed in fire so that purer souls may build it anew. But why should they all burn? It is he who conspires with the Archduke of Avernus. It is he who has become corrupted and now spreads his disease amongst the people. Now, he chooses a child as the new shogun? No, we believe there is another option. A way to cut the cords of corruption that bind these wretched souls to their damnation. We will go to war with the devil. The hells of Avernus will pay for defying the natural order. Balance will be restored, and you, Jerry, will be my greatest weapon in the battle to come." Do you want to respond to him at this point? He kind of he starts standing over, and all the Oni around are kind of cheering out as they're all watching very intensely to see how Jerry will respond.
If this is your will, then it will be done. It means that keep my people safe. Needs to attack the king of the underworld. So be it.
I am back.
We're about to go fight
Ah.
Satan, boys. Woo!
Oh,
So he then carries on and says, "This year, at the Iranian Games, you will call upon the Mother of Dragons and crush her before the eyes of the gods and men alike. Then they shall know my power, and you may return to the safety of the grove which I have prepared for your people. You, Jerry, will lead them into a time of peace. But first, there must be war. That is the natural way. Stay true to it, my son. Fight for the gods, and the promised land will be yours. A safe haven for all small folk. You are powerful, but it will not be enough to stop both the forces of hell and the elder elemental threat which we all face. You will need help, and the Titans will provide it. You have awoken one soul already, the spirit of the mountain, an ancient copy of Primus Code. But be wary. Without a body, it could begin to corrupt itself. You must retrieve the body and mind of a fallen Titan for the soul to inhabit before the corruption sets in. But remember, it is not a god, merely a copy designed to inhabit my war machines. Left unbound, it serves no purpose. Repair the Titans, Jerry. then you shall have your reward.
Oh no. I think I made a pact with Tiamat already. Back in the.
He laughs and says, I am aware, Jerry, and I understand that you were confused in those moments. You had lost a friend, but this is something that we will use to our advantage. That is how you will call upon her in the Iranian Games. Gain her trust, and gain the trust of those worshipping her in this world. That is how we will bring her to her knees. And you will see that the mask that you carry is, you can now kind of feel it burning a hole in, like, in your robes where it's being kept, because that's not the one that you usually wear, is it?
No, I'm not wearing
Yeah,
it.
so you can just feel there's a sort of heat coming off of that mask, but other than that, you don't find anything too strange about it. It's just he seems to be wanting to leverage the pact that you have made against Tiamat instead. With that, he, unless there's anything else you would like to say, the Oni will begin to wade back into the fire and towards the burning city within the rift.
What about Lorifax?
He
We've been
just turns and
encountered her already like twice, and from what I know, the Dragon Queen and the King of Dunwell are fighting her. Wouldn't that mean that we're helping her? She causes as much corruption as much, but causes corruption as well. Is she the lesser evil here?
give me a persuasion check.
Let's see. $22.
You see him kind of stop as he's making his way towards the rift and says, well, yes, the masked one could become a problem, but you know, the enemy of our enemy could be our friend. Perhaps her evil can be quelled as well. Do not worry, Jerry. Once all is said and done, it shall be us that rule in her stead. And he gestures out to, like, himself and all of these other giant Oni that are currently heading back into this planar rift. We will take care of the masked one when the time comes.
I bow and go through the portal.
Wait, are you stepping into the rift as well? They're heading
Oh,
back to
aren't we?
like they
Wasn't I teleported to there?
yeah, well, as the Oni are sort of wade back into the fire and back towards that burning city, you see that the flames of this pool that they are walking into start to just flicker and shift, and as all of these monsters go back, I'm going to change the map for a second. Yeah, there we go. It should be changing as you see this sort of liquid flame turns to a familiar blue liquid that you have seen before, and the symbol that sort of teleported you in here is still glowing. So would you like to just go and stand back on that symbol, or you could also see there was an entrance to this cavern that you were fighting next to earlier, But if you just want to try and step back on that symbol, that is currently where you still are.
Yeah, just stand there.
All right. Yeah. So as you step onto the and you allow the magic to activate, you see a blinding white flash of light that emanates from the symbol. And when you open your eyes again, you are standing back in the forge with your new blade in hand. It is getting late, but the others should be getting back any minute now. Where would you like to meet back up with them?
Back in Toto, I guess. Like at the kitchen.
Okay. Just gonna
That's
jump
where I
on
think they
Spike
will
and
be.
fly back down, try and find them.
Yeah, if I'm out of time, then yeah.
That's pretty
Okay.
sexist.
Cool. So at this point, we are going to finally reconnect with the rest of the party, as you guys have. The clock got a little bit messed up last time because I was changing the lighting, but it basically took you most of the day, and you were heading back in the evening. You'd be getting back to Toto itself, yeah, a little bit later in the evening, in the beginning of the night. Where are you guys heading? Are you going back into Toto or back to the bathhouse? Where are you going?
Question is, how much time is left of the day? And of course, I most likely are gonna like light the mask and
Ow! Thanks.
a bad idea to wear it. I feel like in Toto. But how much left of the day?
Yeah, it's probably about 8 o'clock by the time you actually get close to the city again. Everything is, well, no, maybe about close to 7. It's things are winding down. People are starting to pack up, and um, the city is starting to quieten down again. People are finishing their training.
I suggest like, what about we the festive room in the light? Must be a reason why they don't just burn it down.
Why, Astraea, the bathhouse sounds like an excellent place to go to. Wow, why didn't I come up with that?
I can
That's
clean
what
it
June
and
says.
then I can summon the bat.
Repeat that last bit. I didn't catch that.
I basically turn and say, yes, we can summon. I can summon the bathhouse after cleans the festive room.
Is it 8 p.m. or 8 a.m.?
PM.
Said
It's
8
You guys have
p.m.
been busy the whole day. You guys have just resurrected Sakura, and you're heading on your way back. Everyone's pretty tired at this point. It's
So
yeah,
I've
it's
met
getting
up
to the later evening.
I'm meeting them right now, or are they still without me?
Well, you are now currently flying off the mountain back towards the city. You can give me a perception check to see if you can see them making their way back, because you said you were going to go to the kitchens, but you might see them approaching the town from the air. Yeah, with the
17.
17, you see a little a small group approaching, still with the old man with them, and you can see that the fox girl looks kind of strange, but you can see your group in the distance. Are you going to fly back down to them now?
Yeah, flying down towards them.
All right. Yeah, you see Jerry descend from the clouds with a new katana on his hip, or naginata rather. But you see Jerry and Spike come back down to join you guys.
A new toy there, huh?
Hmm? Sorry. Can you repeat that?
I, I, I see you got a new toy. Did you forge it? looks like it took a lot of time.
Yes,
It's,
Seto, you can also give me a perception check, actually.
Sure. Kills. Perception.
Sakura,
Nah.
Okay. Yeah, you notice that etched into Jerry's armor and helm, you can also see these runes that seem to be carved in giant, and you can tell they are definitely have got some sort of magical property. But Jerry's armor and kit is looking exceptionally good right now, much better than he did after the fight with Lorifax. Looks like he's done some repairs.
Well,
yeah, the weapon was a gift from my
Oh.
kami.
oh. Well, we also have a gift. And I'll point to to Kaiya, and I'll just give a small smile, and we've got the little one back.
yeah,
In the-
she's currently still. So as you see her, she's like touching this tail of hers. She's not sure what Phoenix man. She's not really sure what to do with it, so she's sort of just still like holding it, staring at it. It's very fun to play with.
Juna's currently poking at her abs.
Jim, you're too old for her. Don't be a perv.
Well,
He's got pink hair now.
Her face is also back to normal. She looks up and she waves.
Oh, Sakura, you're back. Didn't expect that. You don't. He doesn't exactly. He doesn't sound sad, but he doesn't sound too thrilled about it as well.
Wait, can you repeat that? Sorry.
I said, "Well, Sakura, you're back. I didn't really expect that. You can. His voice is. He's not sad that you're back, but he's not thrilled about it either."
Ooh.
She looks a bit sad. But she nods.
a lot of stuff happened. I'll just go back and have a nice rest and have a nice meal. We can talk about what the entire thing and explain us everything that happened.
Yeah, if Jerry's just staring at her, she's gonna hide behind Seto.
And staring at you, just say what I said. And guess we're moving back, going to Toto.
I was thinking more of just crashing into the bathhouse, but if you
I
guys
really don't mind.
just have a quick, just lengthy bath after all the shit we've been through, and just have a nice meal for once, and not rely on rations and bread and salt. I just want to eat something proper. It's been a while.
A bath definitely sounds really good right about now, not gonna lie.
Okay, so you guys, you say goodbye to Oji-san Toma, who's going to head back. He will make sure that you have that box of paper birds, Sakura, and say, please, before you go on any more adventures, just send me a message, all right?
She nods and she hugs him goodbye.
And he is going to head over into this building, which is this is actually right on the edge of the forest. This is where he works, basically. This is more of his office. It's the groundskeeper's hut.
But he gets the feeling that, well, Sakura gets the feeling that she'll be back soon, regardless. She does kind of learn how to kitsune. So she is gonna have to come back sometime to talk to the other kitsune that they found.
Yeah, cool. Try and find a a mentor in the forest.
Yes.
Yeah, I like it. You can definitely do that. But for now, you guys all head back to the bathhouse, and it is a fairly easy travel there. As you actually make your way back, you see Z just leaving Toto, and she was also heading towards the bathhouse, hoping to meet you there, and she kind of catches up with you on the way. And as she sees you, she kind of waves to you all and flags you down and says, "Oh, that was some crazy shit. General Max seems to want to give us a promotion for winning a war in the star. What the hell?"
And June is currently just pointing at Sakura right now.
Yeah, she just kind of she immediately, as she's speaking, she looks and she narrows her eyes. She goes, Saki, is that you? Oh my god! And she just runs like full speed and like picks you up into a hug, just kind of spinning around. She seems completely delighted to see you, but at the same time very confused. She's like, "What the hell happened? What? You've got tails? What? Wait, is that you?"
She nods. She doesn't really know how to react. She's not much of a people person, so she kind of just awkwardly pats Z and nods. Hi. How have you been?
Well, I mean, pretty shitty, to be honest. After you died, it's been the most depressing shit I've ever experienced in my life. It was almost worse than losing Kit. Well, how? And she just looks around to everyone else, and she says, "Oh, well, all right. You can tell me at the bathhouse. Holy shit!" And she seems quite taken aback by what's happened, but you will be able to sort of explain things to her as you all arrive back at the bathhouse. And you see the major domo sitting there at the main desk, and as she looks up and just gives you a polite smile, greeting you all. "Oh, welcome back, Lord Seto. Your guests are, well, they're still here. They said they wanted to find a portal. Not entirely sure. They've been taking samples of the bath waters. It's very strange. You did write that letter for them, didn't you?"
Yes, I have. My apologies for getting you involved into all of this. I'll go and handle that. Could you
Oh, no,
please just prepare the biggest feast you can, and don't worry about how much it will cost. It will be taken care of. We kind of need just a huge celebration and a party. It's been a long trip.
When Sakura sees her, she does a bow and she says, "Ohayou gozaimasu, Shiri-san." As she greets.
She says, "Good evening, miss. Welcome to the bathhouse. Are you part of the party?" And she seems kind of confused. Like she recognizes some of the people, but currently June and Sakura seem like strangers to her.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
what?
June hasn't actually met her yet. June hasn't met any of the staff yet. Oh, more people to torment. Hell yeah.
She knows Sakura. She looks at her strangely. We've met numerous occasions. Do you not remember me?
I'm afraid not, miss.
Ah!
I do not
Oh,
mean explain to a friend. We get many. It has been so busy here over the past few days. Now that we are open again, I do apologize. Uh, my name is Shiori K. It is a pleasure to meet you. And she will give a bow, or meet you again, I suppose.
Jin will walk up to her and kind of poke in the arm and say, "Come on, how many pink-haired girls do you even know?"
Wait, Lady Sasaki? Oh, oh, I beg your pardon. I did not recognize you. That is quite the new magic you seem to have learned, as she sort of looks at the tails behind you. And a lovely haircut, I must say. I do sincerely apologize for not recognizing you. And she just starts bowing profusely, like,
Minasai, come myself, Minasai.
yeah, exactly.
Sakura is also she's bowing and bowing. She's like, no, it's my fault. I kind of died and then I came back in a different body. It's all my fault. I'm sorry.
Yeah, she
I
had her
should never
brain sucked out. It was
expected you."
pretty bad.
The way you say that, just like, oh, she had her brain sucked out. By the way.
She just
Well,
her face goes sort of like almost cartoony as she's just looking at you with this like what?
But don't worry, the brain is back, and I knock a knock on Sakura's head. All, however much grey matter there's supposed to be, there's enough now. All of it is back in.
Well, I'm very happy to see you restored, my lady. I'm sure the baths will help ease any tensions you still have. And you, Miss, would you mind signing in? I don't believe I've met you either. You're not you're not one of the others, are you? And she's like trying to figure out if maybe she has met you, and she just doesn't recognize you. She feels kind of embarrassed now.
I just want to quickly double check. I met her with the mask on.
Possibly, but like very briefly. You might have sort of passed by it. You haven't really spent much time in the bathhouse.
All right, I'll say, oh, maybe this will jog your memory, and I'll take out the mask and put it on.
Oh, oh, yes, my lady. I'm sorry. I had not seen you without your mask before. This is a this is a tough day for me. I'm very sorry. Please, uh, um, I will bring you to some extra. What do you like to drink? Uh, I will be preparing a feast, apparently. So, anything I could prepare for you, especially?
As I take the mask off again, I'll switch to the the other look I have. But it's
No,
not
shame.
going. I'm gonna mess with so many people with this.
No,
Um,
not Sherry. She's the sweetest bean.
I'm messing with people. It's just in their nature to do that. Wait, for some reason it's not
Shame.
allowing me. Wait, so if I press that and then that. Oh, okay, it's not allowing me to. Okay, I was trying to switch
Yeah.
to the other one.
So just yeah, because this is actually something all of you will probably need to know. Um, you'll see at the end of the row you should have a delete or reset token button. Should be a little skull. Um, that will reset the animation. So yeah, unfortunate June. If you want to change the default token, we can do that because then that'll be the one that it always switches back to. Is the one with you in the mask.
Yeah, I'm trying to switch to the other one, the one that
Yeah.
says wear remove mask.
So just click on your token and then say delete filters on selected or reset the token. And then when you click on the transformation, it should change you into that one.
I don't have that option from the looks of it. Oh
It
wait, there.
should be the last option on the row, yeah.
Yeah, I got it. So if I switch to that one, there we go. Aha!
There we go, yeah.
Yeah, as I take off the mask, I change into that form. Lots of sake, please.
She just kind of takes a step back and she goes, yes, for you and me both, I think. Yeah. And she just kind of gives a bow and and says, "And tea for you, miss."
What is she asking me?
Yes, she knows that you are famous for your tea, but you can see she's kind of nervously looking at you now, just confused at whatever the hell's happening. Every time June puts her mask on and off, her face is changing, her whole body's like shifting. It's kind of weird.
Sakura is taller now, so she just like reaches out and flicks June's forehead and says, "Don't do that to Shiori. Shiori is very, very nice. Don't be mean to her. Sorry about that.
I'm just
take care of the-
teasing. I'm trying to be funny.
I'll take care of the tea. If you like, I don't mind."
Well, I would never presume to make better tea than you, my lady. And she'll give a bow and say, "I must prepare. Please, enjoy your stay in the baths." And she will start to walk towards the door, just heading into the ladies section.
Oh, it's so
Shame.
nice teasing people.
Shiori.
Makes me feel so fun. Anyway, to the baths.
So, Seto, as you walk into the other room, you will notice two Gith sitting at the table with a pot of tea and cups in front of them. You can see that there is a diagram out in front of them that they seem to have been drawing and working on as the two of them are in heated discussion. You can see them speaking back and forth in Gith, and one of them is saying, I'm sure it'll work. We can, if we've got Titan blood, why wouldn't it?" And he says, "Well, I mean, I'm willing to make it, and maybe we can find the lads as well." "Oh, Seto," and they wave as you open the sliding door and move into the room.
Evening, fellas. I've heard that. I mean, my direction probably weren't the best. If you follow me, we can get you back home. I apologize. I hope that you were treated properly here in this establishment.
Yes, they've been quite polite, but there is no rush for us to get home. We, we had to look at those baths you have, and I mean, we figured if you're letting people soak their balls in Titan blood, you wouldn't mind us borrowing some to fuel a new ship. We do have to find our friends, and this is a rare find indeed. And you can see that one of them has got a small vial of sort of glowing blue water that he probably took from the baths, and it seems to have been. They seem to have done something to it because it is glowing quite brightly on the table.
Well, to be quite frankly honest, I don't know nothing about this Titan blood you're speaking of, and staying here would make your life very difficult, as if you are seen, you might be executed on the spot.
Yes, the samurai are not exactly friendly. And they both just kind of chuckle. He says, "But, lying around in this stuff all day kind of makes sense why they're so big and grumpy."
Well, I can't stop you, but I also can't promise you large vials of whatever the hell you claim this to be, nor I think we have enough time to help you in your conquest, I'm afraid, or whatever your task might be. You're more than willing to stay here and serve yourself as long as you don't do anything suspicious, but bear in mind that this usually is crowded with people, and anyone seeing you would scream and probably begin a hunt on your head. If you want to
Yes,
go back, if that's the
we've
only
had
thing you
one or
want,
two run-ins already.
yeah, you probably understand what I mean. It's your own call, it's your own head. I'm not one to judge, but if you want to go back, we can just go and do that. But if you want to I mean, even how do you plan to even repair the ship of that size on a broad day without anyone seeing you, or just the entire area is probably going to be storming with guards trying to figure out what the hell that was. I mean, we're going to have to justify what the hell that was.
Oh yes, well, that ship is fucked. We won't be doing anything with that. And he points down to a sort of a Hessian sack that is sitting under the table, and he kind of kicks it out from underneath, and you can see as it spills open this glowing light coming from within. It seems like there's some sort of a crystal in the bag, and he says, "We recovered some of the things that we would need, but here is the plan." And he'll slide the blueprints that you can now see on the table. These are blueprints of a ship that they have been sitting and drawing and designing. It is quite a grand looking thing, quite an ambitious looking project that they have got planned here. He calls it the gambler's ship, and it looks like they're basically trying to make an entire casino um, on an airship.
Oh, fuck!
Yeah, and they both look very excited by this. But he says, "Look, this is my dream. If I could make one of these things, the problem is getting something this large to fly is well, it's a little bit complicated if you don't have the right kind of resources and the way to power it. But the baths here, these rivers are running thick with Titan blood. That this blue stuff," and he kind of picks it up, and now you suddenly recognize that he's holding is the same stuff that you saw in Mount Kaugen when the stuff that you were trying to mix with the lava to activate it.
Mm-hmm.
It is that same liquid, and he seems to have separated it from the water that it was of the actual baths. And he says, "This, you introduce this to fire, and it could produce the same amount of energy as a small sun, essentially. They used to use these things to power titans, and we figure we could use it to power a spelljammer the size of this." And he points back to the blueprint.
But where do you plan to even build it and find materials for it? I mean, I assume you won't be needing like huge amount of Titan blood or whatever, right? Like, what about the other parts? What about the entire process?
Yes, well, it will be a thing. We need to try and recover our crew. It seems they are still alive, but they were thrown from the wreckage and happened to find themselves trapped on the other side of the wall. They they have made their way to a small town. They say that it's filled with creatures like yourself, the feline types, but we will have to try and retrieve them. As for materials, we can probably bring some things from home if this portal is something that works both ways.
Oh, I
Otherwise, we
mean,
were thinking maybe we could head out in that mountain is pretty densely forested. We could try and build something there, maybe on the other side of the mountain. I don't know how much naval traffic you guys see, but we had a look at a map, and seems like there's not much on the other side of these mountains other than monasteries, and everyone tries to stay at the top, if I'm not mistaken.
well, there's not much naval because we don't really know about it. You know, the thing you operate is not something that I've personally ever saw, and I don't think a large portion has ever saw. At least not in these areas, as far as I'm aware. If you want, like, when it comes down to Portal, it only works for a couple of hours, and I don't really know. Can you even open it from the other side? We didn't really explore it to that extent. We know that it opens up to a certain point and it closes after a certain, amount of time. But I mean, if you want
Oh,
to try it,
we were under the impression that you had just hidden a teleportation node away. So you see, we have got a permanent teleportation circles near our home, but we could use that. It's just a case of understanding which constellations to input so we could get back. But if it's not a teleportation circle, then perhaps not. But still, we do have ways of getting back to Kaiya. Perhaps somewhere else then. And they kind of think to each other, giving each other a few looks and trying to figure out where they might be able to find a hidden place to build a ship.
Well, if you do find, I'm certain that one of my comrades can probably provide you with a teleportation circle or whatever that hell you're talking about. I'm not really the best to talk about all of those arcane stuff. If you want to do it, I'm not gonna stop you, but hopefully you understand that if you ever get found out, I don't really want to get associated with you. We did help you guys and all, but down here, it's a bit different,
Oh, yes, absolutely. We do understand. We do not wish to cause any trouble for you, and we are eternally grateful for what you have done. If you ever require our aid in any battle, we owe you big time, and we will definitely see to it that that is done. But with the gold that you have paid us to get here, I feel like we may have enough to actually start something anew. And now that the ancient elder is defeated, well, I think it's time to take some time for ourselves. But we will not take up any more of yours. We thank you so very much, and if you wouldn't mind us perhaps just, well, we can leave tonight, in fact. That's all right.
There's no need. There's no need. You can stay. It's already late. We won't be having any more visitors. You can leave in the morning. And as you said, like if there's at any point, if we're gonna have something, we're gonna remember you, and maybe we come to collect that at one point. But who knows? Hopefully not. And I wish that you complete your dreams, because, well, everybody wants to do that, right?
Well, thank you, Seto, and they will both give you a deep bow and just very gratefully sit back down and go back to their tea and conversation. They seem like they will be very happy to take a rest here for the night. Sorry, I didn't realize you guys couldn't actually see anything in that room.
Oh, no problem.
So, meanwhile, on the other side, in the ladies' section, unless Seto was there, actually, we'll get back to you in a second, Seto. As the rest of you make your way into the room, you see that the majordomo has started to prepare. She's going about and trying to prepare a meal, a celebratory feast. And you can see that there is another woman that she calls to start helping her, who is busy cleaning the tables. And but yes, Sakura, I see you are approaching her. Did you want to say something?
Yeah, she says what's written there. Ohayou gozaimasu, Haru-chan. Hisashi desu ne?
Sorry, I missed the last part of that.
Basically, hi is a long time no see.
She turns around and just gives you a look up and down and says, "Oh, Sakura, you, my, you look different. Yes, long time no see. A pleasure to see you."
Yahoo!
It's a pleasure to see you too. And she goes a bit red as she asks this. But she asks if she's seen Atsu, which is her twin brother.
Yeah, her brother. She says, Oh no, he's not around. I heard he was going after some girl at the library. She's some sort of alchemist or something. I haven't seen him all day. I'm sorry.
She says, "Oh, sounds a bit sad, but
Yeah, hey, you used the same art for Colin, so not my fault.
yeah." okay, but that is a different world. Okay, Alicia does not
Atsu-
exist in this world.
Look, Sakura. I don't think you should waste your time with that brother of mine. He's just a simp, is all he is. Really, he.
Also, quickly, don't you think it's weird that Alicia looks like his sister? Like, no, it cannot be like that in this
It's
world.
hilarious. Oh my god.
Oh, so you've met the girl? Yes. I thought that was really weird as well. Like, what is that? Some kind of like Freudian? I don't know. I think he needs therapy. Honestly, I told him he should stop drinking. But maybe it's that. I can't really honestly tell you, Sakura.
Jin will walk behind Sakura and just whisper, just loud enough so Haru-chan, yeah, just enough so she could hear this, and she says, "Sakura, when were you gonna tell me the Starfy are so cute?"
She looks at Jun and she's like, "You're too old for her too, Jun. Calm yourself."
Is everybody in this world below the age of 18? God damn it! And she walks through in a pretty big huff towards the hot springs.
I feel like Jun is just really fucking horny. I'm sorry, but like
It's horny bod
Sakura's
vibes.
mom, like every fucking random person that she sees.
It's horny bod. Come on.
June's secretly Marina from Hololive.
Marine. Yeah. Oh, sure, Marine.
So yeah, she sort of blushes and says to you, Sakura. She's like, oh, "Who was that?"
That's my friend Jun. Don't mind her. But you know she is really nice. She's nicer than she seems.
Well, I mean, she seems nice enough, and she just sort of packs up the cloth that she was using, and you hear the major domo kind of shouting, just saying, "Hey, get in here! We've got a feast to make." And she goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, my lady. I think I'll have to go and help her out, but I'll see you later, I'm sure." And she gives you a little bow and then heads off to go and help with the feast.
She bows as well.
So, as Jerry, what are you doing during all of this? Because I just realized I haven't moved your token, so you're still in the reception. Did you join Seto as he went through, or was there something
I
else you
just,
wanted to do?
I just walked straight to the pools. Nothing special. I'm still a bit injured.
Okay, yeah, you make your way outside as. I'm sorry that smoke is green, Seto. I just I programmed that in when it
Fine.
was in black and white. I couldn't tell. It's
It's
like,
fine.
but anyway, you see, as Jerry, as you walk out, you see there is a monk busy packing his things. He seems to be about to leave the bathhouse, and you see that Seto, I think, has just climbed into one of the pools. Is that accurate?
Yeah,
What does he
just
see, Seto?
yeah. Settle like neck deep into the water with hands and like leaning on the rock and just smoking a pipe, just chilling. Having a finally bit of rest.
Yeah, I go in a different pool.
All right. So you guys go and take a relaxing bath in these pools. And as you are sitting there, you see one of the pools at the far end. You see this large-looking guy climb out of it, and he's carrying a, a pot of tea and a bowl sort of on this long stick over his shoulders. As he gets up, and you can see he has clearly been soaking in here for a while. You've actually seen this guy a few times coming into the bathhouse. He's one of the regulars, but this like sumo wrestler style character that kind of comes dressed all in blue robes, and as he makes his way towards the entrance, he just gives you both a nod, and he says, "Oh, thank you for the baths, Master Seto. Well, better than ever, I say." And he's just like taking these lumbering long steps as he heads back towards the bathhouse.
Seto would just nod. Wouldn't really say anything.
You see, he meets up with the other monk, and they both start heading out for the evening. He barely fits through the door, but he kind of squeezes his way through, and you see him just leaving this trail of like this. He's kind of covered in a towel, but he just leaves this wet trail all the way through the bathhouse and back out. And yeah, so you guys take a moment. Well, you take some time to go and relax in the baths. Is everyone doing something similar on the other side?
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, on the other side, you see that there's a woman here that's still, she's just busy packing up as well, but as she seems to be doing some sort of tai chi or like some kind of kata that she's just slowly practicing near one of the bridges. Astraea and June, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, Juna's currently sinking into the hot spring over here. Towel on her head. You know, proper hot spring anime vibes. And just enjoying the heat.
Yeah, Sakura going further back. Uh she's a bit self-conscious, especially because this isn't really her body. She needs some time to adjust to it, like alone. So she's just chilling at the ones further up.
Okay, yeah, you take some time to now try and figure out just who it is you are now, and like whose body you have inhabited. There are some very strange feelings, like your senses seem to have changed somewhat, as if more akin to that of a fox, and yet you do feel alive again, faster and even more powerful than before. There are still some missing memories for you of the sort of gap between what happened after your conversation with the emperor and actually waking up in this body. But by this point, as you are sitting in the pools, all of the memories from your journey through the afterlife start rushing back to you, just except for those last moments.
She's shook. She sort of like takes a while to sit and contemplate and try and figure out what the fuck is going on. I
What
say
you
she
do
probably
also,
a good while in the bath.
Yeah, you will also feel that the water of these baths is so like refreshing, and the warmth is so inviting. It kind of reminds you of the bathhouse that you walked through on the other side, and yet there was almost no satisfaction to being in one of those baths. You felt the steam from it, but it meant nothing to you, and yet the steam rising off of these hot springs is just such a welcoming feeling right now after long walk back and a very confusing day. Is feels much better to be alive than the bathhouse of the dead.
Mm. She also sighs because now she realizes that not only does she have to wash her hair, but now she also has to wash her tails. And washing long hair, like, it's a pain. So I don't even want to know what washing tails is like. So she sighs at this realization.
You do thankfully realize that there's quite a lot of sort of fiery magic in those tails that you can feel just resting, and you figure, well, washing them is going to be a pain, but at least drying them might be easy.
Oh, nice.
Just gotta shake it off.
Yeah, you can put, I mean, they basically like, I'm pretty sure you can like shoot fire from the tails, so it would be pretty easy to kind of give it an instant dry.
True.
Though you don't know how fluffy you will be once you actually step out of this bath. Might be interesting to see. You might have to ask Astraea and Seto for some advice on how to keep fur.
Yeah, this is interesting. For sure. But yeah, she spends a good while there.
Yeah, and as you guys all take this time to soak in the baths, after a little while, there will be a call to the house as the majordomo finishes creating a hero's feast for you all and she comes to each of the doorways and says to you, she says, dinner is ready, you can meet in the lounging chamber, please. And she just gives it a bow, trying to be respectful as she calls you all. And if you want, you can head over into the central room of the bathhouse, where you will see she has prepared all sorts of steamed dumplings, and there are sweet foods, and there's some kind of a pork dish that is just, it smells absolutely amazing. You're not entirely sure how she even created all of this food without a kitchen in this house, but as you walk in, you realize that it is actually magically imbued. This is a proper hero's feast, and you will all, if you sit down to enjoy this, you will all enjoy the benefits of that as well, which I think is like, you can't be frightened and things for. There's a couple of nice benefits to it. Thank you.
So I guess she comes in looking shook. I don't know how else to describe it. She just looks completely shook. As she goes and sits next to Seto, she's like, "Hey Seto, I kind of remember more of what happened when I was, dead. I think I might be the next shogun. Maybe."
Z walks in with a cup of sake in her hand and just spits it out as she walks in. She goes, "What?"
Dude, Shogun, what?
She's saying this really quietly so that only Seto can hear. Seto's her favorite.
Would the 29 passive perception be able to hear that?
It's a very small area.
Yeah, no, you hear.
Yeah, basically she isn't intending on hearing in the conversation, but when you say next Shogun, she's busy drinking sake, and she kind of chokes on a bit and just coughs a bit and doesn't say anything. She's pretty shocked by it, but no response comes.
And she just looks at Seto.
Well, I'm supposed to be some kind of inheritor of the entire Phoenix clan as well. You know, not always believe this stuff and just be who you are and not what some creatures want you to be. If it's destined to be, then it's gonna happen. If you want it, it will happen. But if you don't want it, then there's no point in busting your head and continuously force stuff that you don't want to do. You've been given a second chance. Just enjoy it.
She smiles and she nods.
Anyways, she fuck happened in the town?
Oh yeah, well I I spoke to General Mack and gave him a little report. I didn't exactly want all the samurai of Toto coming after you for the funeral. There were some people that were pretty pissed, but I guess they're going to be pissed at me now. They'll think I lied. But yeah, you've got some fans here in Toto, Sakura. And yeah, it seems like we do too. General Max said that we're all going to get a promotion for uh, apparently Daichi's son Kenji. He found an astral shard lying in the crash site, which Daichi's very excited about. I don't know what it actually does or anything, but yeah, I told them that we basically ended up on the moon and that there were aliens, but we've stopped them. I mean, and she just kind of gives a shrug, like she tried to explain it, but she's not really sure how well they understood it.
Well, the important thing is that at least there's no bounty on our head. As of now, at least.
And we have Jin back, and Jin gives Sakura. Sorry, we have Sakura back, and Jin gives a head pat to Sakura.
She grins. Is there mochi on the table that Sakura can?
Yeah, absolutely.
She manners or
Wow.
yeah, I can't see what I rolled.
It was the net 20.
Oh, okay. She somehow restrains herself from just taking the entire plate. And she just takes one at a time, but by the time the feast is done, all the mochi's gone.
I just want to quickly make an insight check for the fun of it. Okay, with a 20 insights to, I'm asking you, Sakura, would a 20 insights tell me that she really wants to eat the mochi?
Yes. Mochi is her favorite. You can tell by the way she's looking at it.
The tails are like wagging back and forth. She can't even control it.
Yeah.
Like she's totally unaware of it.
When you're busy trying to stop yourself from eating the mochi, Jin very nonchalantly pushes the plate closer to you and pretends to be in conversation with someone next to her.
Wait, how many tails does Sakura even have? 9 or
5?
5? God dang.
Yeah, she has
That's
a lot of.
a lot of tails.
Yeah.
And I'll also use my I'll use my awakened mind feature to quickly speak to the head of the bathhouse and say, "Hey, can you bring some more motley for Sakura? Thanks." Yeah, and that voice will just appear in her head. She won't know what it's from.
Have much, and she'll be back like in a few minutes later. She'll arrive with a fresh plate.
Well, now that we're all
Jin will
Yes.
wink at Sakura.
now that we're relaxed, Jerry, you said it was a gift. Who gifted you? Like you said, your kami, but why? Was it
Give me a
because of the
trial.
thing on the moon? Oh, you had a trial?
Give me a trial. I passed,
Yeah,
and I
that
got to keep the sword.
yeah, that wasn't even a question. You know, of course you fucking passed. You Jerry, you passed. But like, did anything change? You still the same?
Yeah, I'm still the same.
All that good to know. Now that the crew is back, anybody got any idea what's next? Like last time, we were on a quest to gather rings and become samurais. The next thing, we were losing people bits by bits and going to the moon and fighting the big tentacles. And it's not
Yeah.
really what I imagined, to be honest.
Yeah, no, as you say, tentacles, you see Sakura's eyes go wide as she just shoves more mochi into her mouth. She clearly still remembers. Well, I mean, it's kind of hard to forget, you know. But yes, I have decided that she is now fucking terrified of tentacles, and I mean, who
Yeah,
wouldn't
no,
be?
that's. No, I think that tracks.
Astraea, don't post it. I know exactly what you're gonna post.
Is it that I suddenly pull out a tentacle staff?
Oh, you want to get disintegrated.
No, I don't even have that stuff. Like,
I mean, how important is the staff to you? Because you know, if it's like got fucking moving tentacles, are the tentacles
Yes.
moving?
it is yes, they do move, and they're pretty much useless unless you are like one that
See,
goes into
disintegrate
melee.
stuff.
But June, you can feel in like on the other side of your form, you can feel this weird little thing trying to like move around under your skin that you can't see it now because of the form that you're taking, but you also have got some serious tentacle vibes going on.
Oh yeah, I have the the cloak of Dunamancy, which is pretty tentacly.
Yeah, you've
Yeah,
also got something that symbiotically attached itself to your
Oh
arm.
yeah, the tentacle whip.
And yeah, you literally have a tentacle that you haven't been able to get rid of since then.
yeah, no. As soon as she sees like the tentacle stuff, the Astraea pulls out. She disintegrates it.
Good thing that you can't disintegrate magic items.
Well, you
Well, you can try. Give me an attack roll.
Okay, let's see.
Oh, what the? Why the fuck it always comes to this?
Astraea's about to get
Well,
disintegrated.
it needs to make a dex save.
Yeah, it's a non-moving object. I don't think it has a dex.
Not gonna lie, that's a pretty terrible damage roll.
Yeah.
It really is. Oh
One,
my
two, three, four,
oh, what
five
the fuck is
ones.
that?
So as you just reach out and you blast this beam of energy, Astraea knows exactly what a disintegrate beam looks like, and immediately like gets the fuck out of the way. Astraea, please describe how you dodge out of the way of this beam, and as the wall behind you, that entire screen door is completely disintegrated.
I'm
But
basically
she
just
doesn't manage to get the
I'm
stuff.
basically just as it basically like almost hits me. I'm just like makes it seems like I'm basically falling into ash while basically using a misty step to basically move right here.
Yeah, so you see, as this beam lances out, you see the entire wall, this paper door, which is important because when Astraea Misty steps, she turns into lotus flowers, lotus petals. So these little shards of white paper and lotus petals just explode all over the place as you blast out this disintegrate ray. Sakura, give me just an insight check to see whether or not you think you just disintegrated Astraea instead of just the staff.
Oh no! Okay, maps down, let's see. Okay, D&D Beyond, that's a 23.
Okay, yeah, you hear the little pff as she reappears somewhere next to you. Well,
Oh no!
it's still in this place,
Next to me!
but yeah, at this point you're sure that you didn't kill Astraea, but you also as she gets up close, you realize that it's just a magic item that she's holding, and that it's not immediately coming out to get you. But yeah, there is still a little bit of panic. It'll take some time before you can get used to this.
Is there a very awkward looking Shiori behind the paper wall as this disintegrates as she was trying to sneak away?
Oh my god, maybe
Sneak in
maybe
a small
she actually-
bite behind the wall, and the wall is just now gone right as she's busy biting into some of the food.
Oh no! Now I just imagine it basically disintegrated her. Oh.
No, not like that. It's just the wall gets disintegrated, and she's on the other side awkwardly trying to eat food.
I mean,
Yeah,
Astraea
absolutely.
is sitting next to her, and she bonks Astraea with her hand, just like slaps her. Get that tentacle fucking thing away from me! And she's trying to push her away. She's not like that thing at all.
Yeah, I say to Shiori, no, don't worry. And Jin will walk up and begin using mending to repair the wall.
She will just slowly kind of like sidestep away with a little piece of mochi still in her hand as she tries to, sorry, my lord, and just seems grateful that you're fixing it and goes back to the reception.
Yeah, no,
Sorry
when
for
she's
the near
Shiori that
disintegration.
she starts bowing and she feels horrible. She just like kind of destroyed the house.
And and Jin, as she casts mending, the wall pretty much looks exactly the same before it was disintegrated.
Yeah, you see all of those little ashen pieces of paper that were scattered around. You start to lift the ash up into the air, and it starts to reform, kind of not actually you're kind of copying over the other side of the room of these sliding doors, and it
Yeah.
rebuilds itself as you. It takes you a little while to do the whole door, but you do manage to completely repair this door.
I think the way I'm gonna roleplay the mending spell, it's basically it's a very localized turning back of time as the papers basically come back and reconnects with the door and basically turn it back in time for like 2 minutes to before it
Yeah,
was disintegrated.
like a reverse entropy kind of thing that's happening there. Yeah,
Yeah, and Sakura
I like it.
will see it as Dunamancy. I think
Mhm.
Dunamancy.
Yeah, as you start doing this, she kind of picks up her plate of mochi which is almost empty. But you gotta finish it. She bows. She says, "Excuse me," and she's gonna go out that way. And
Okay.
she's gonna sort of go and sit outside.
Yeah, it is, at this point it is nighttime, so actually, oh, I can't quite switch it over at this point, but it is nighttime, and you can see now that there are fireflies sort of fluttering around the bathhouse. As the stars above you see stretching out, and you feel to yourself very thankful that you are no longer up among them.
Mm.
Is there, yeah, so as you the rest of you kind of sit around and finish off this hero's feast, you guys will be able to take a long rest here in the bathhouse. But that, we're going to sort of wrap things up here a little bit. Anything else you guys want to do here? Anything else you want to discuss? Z is eager to discuss the plans of what comes next, as Seto was bringing up. She seems to still want to pursue the rings. But yeah, what do you guys want to do?
Seto would just sigh and just say, "There's not a fucking single day where you don't make some bullshit up between yourself." And he's gonna go and follow Sakura's path to try to comfort her. And before I leave, I'll just turn to Z and tell her that we'll discuss in the morning about everything. I guess people are too angsty right now, or too excited, or I don't know. We'll see. I'll see you in the morning.
Agreed. It's been a long few days. I sleep well, Seto. I'll see you then. And
You too.
she'll just kind of nuzzle up against the wall as she's lights something, and she seems to just kind of sit and chill for a bit there.
I want to finish it like pretty fast and leave without saying anything, even during the feast itself.
Okay. You are leaving the room, you see the two Githyanki that are sitting at their table, and they both give you a nod, and uh, they sort of raise their drinks to you out of respect, and as if to say well done for what happened. But they know that actually this one does speak common. He says, "Ah, thank you for your help on the ship. We're, as much as we are missing the old ship, don't think we would have made it without you." And he just gives you a little cheers.
I just do a quick nod and continue moving.
Yeah, where are you headed?
Just find a spot to sleep. I'm staying there.
You're staying at the bathhouse.
Yeah, it's already pretty late to fly back.
Yeah, no, that's cool. You can do that. You'll find a spot to sleep at the bathhouse. What about the rest of you? Astraea and June?
Yeah, so June will pick up two of the pillows and make her way to the front of the to the front of the bathhouse. Let me quickly move her there. She will give a wink to Haru-chan on her way out, as well as Shiori. And then she will
Fucking
go to the
bars.
front and just give a leap up to the roof, and then just basically get a pillow ready. Put one next to her, and let her little fairy dragon crawl off her shoulder and onto the pillow. And she will lay back with the other pillow, and begin just stargazing for about an hour, and then she's gonna go to sleep on the roof.
Okay. Yeah, we'll jump back to you in a second. Astraea, what are you doing?
I will turn. I think they're more colors. Not taking it, but buying the mask.
Not that I know of, but I mean, based on all those different dragon heads, it would stand to reason that they might be. Why? Do you think they will be? I mean,
Maybe they are the key to helping.
well, I don't know about masks, but I know that Sumihime wants blood. So I suppose we're gonna have to try and hunt down some dragons.
Knows? Maybe they boom in the. As I do, as I already said. Keep it. Not just drop something in there and rid of the. Didn't have someone with poor water under control, so it's the rest of the library.
Well, I mean, sounds like you've got a plan. We might as well go and try that once we get back into town. I'm sure. I mean, you've been in there. Can't be that much of a problem, can it? Well, who knows? I mean, we've even been gone for a couple of days. Maybe someone's taken care of it already. But yeah, we'll go check it out in the morning. I'll come with you. I need to check in with the school anyway.
Oh yeah, the fucking schools.
Yes. And then back to. I'm wait for. And I just walk outside of the bathhouse and just sits and basically stares at the stars the entire night.
Okay. Yeah. So, uh, Seto will jump back to you for a second. Was there something you wanted to go and do as you head off to back to Sakura?
Just be a shoulder to lean on for now.
Okay. So as you guys all go to your respective places, and I mean, Jerry sleeps soundly, but the rest of you, as you are staring up into the stars, you see, you kind of get comfortable, and everything is quietening down. You see a small light fly up into the air from the ground. It seems to be coming from Toto. You see it fly up into the air and then suddenly explode into a bright flash of blue fireworks that suddenly start to take the form of a blue dragon. And that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
Oh shit, oh fuck, oh shit, oh fuck, oh shit. Ah, son of a bitch.
What?
Oh shit. You don't remember what that means?
No,
It
it's
means
not
there's a
that-
fight. Woohoo!
I know what it means. The blue dragon. When I heard it was blue, I was like, "Yes, that's gonna be a blue dragon." It was like what June posted. I was like, "That you react to."
Wait, what?
Seto to the Toto.
Wait, did you post the firework thing before I said it?
Yeah, but
See, this is what
looks
June.
Um,
That's what June thinks it is. Player me knows exactly what it is.
What is it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, Sakura doesn't know at all.
I
You
mean,
weren't here for
Sakura
this.
probably does.
Yeah, Sakura would definitely know. This is actually when Sakura first joined us, it was the last time one of these fireworks was set off. It means that the city is under siege.
Oh, fuck.
that's not bad. No one died.
Fucking hell.
At least no
a
one
lot of
important.
people died, as far as I can recall. Just not the one that we knew.
Let's
I
see,
mean, might be wrong.
that died. The only one I recall was the people that got inside and crossed on the when the wall collapsed. Only anyone.
Well, there were a lot of people outside the walls. There was the other building that Seto was fighting at right at the beginning. That got completely overrun. The zombies that you were fighting, a lot of them were from Toto. They had been turned. There were lots of guards and things in that mix. But yeah, you only actually that you guys were involved in. You only lost those guys at the gate.
And of course, I was like, oh, let's just have her reaction be just a 6th level spell, you know. You know, her,
No, well,
her 6th level spell slot.
well, no, I'm not going to mess with you like that. We will say that you guys do manage to actually get the long rest as part of, because you've been sitting around having a hero's feast. You've been in the healing pools, all of these things. So you guys will all get a long rest.
Okay.
But yeah, no,
Please.
that's fine.
Damn it! I was about to do some mind flare shit. Damn it!
Oh yeah, let's
I was gonna
roll
try to do
the
some mind flare shit, but anyway, that's fine.
Careful with that.
What? What do you mean?
He is basically going to turn into a mind flayer. Then he will cause his own death. That is what.
Now I was gonna try something else, but no, don't worry about me.
I mean, if your character's staying up all night to watch the stars, you're welcome to forego the long rest and not rest. But yeah, you guys can take it as. I mean, Jerry's definitely sleeping.
They have the benefit of not needing, just being able to watch for those hours that should be slept.
Yeah, but thank you very much for the game tonight, everyone.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was great.
It was a bit of a different